The earth hums beneath our feet, a faint vibration felt by only the most attuned. It is a sound so ancient, it seems to call us back in time, whispering secrets long forgotten. Could this hum be a message from the past, an echo of a civilization that understood the power of the earth in ways we can scarcely imagine? What if the earth's unseen energy paths, or ley lines, hold the key to this lost knowledge, connecting the world's sacred sites in ways that transcend time and culture? As we listen closely, we may find that the answers to our greatest mysteries are buried just beneath the surface, waiting to be uncovered. It began quietly, almost imperceptibly, an unusual vibration beneath the earth's surface, a sound barely audible to the human ear, but unmistakable to those attuned to the subtle energies of the planet. At first, it was dismissed as a figment of imagination, a trick of the mind, but for those who knew how to listen, it was an undeniable signal, a whisper from the depths of time itself. People reported hearing it from remote villages and bustling cities alike. Geologists, scientists, and mystics, often divided by their professions, found themselves united in their confusion and awe at the phenomenon. The sound was not just an abstract vibration. It seemed to be a message, an invitation to uncover something ancient, forgotten, and far more significant than anyone could imagine. What if this eerie hum, this low, persistent resonance, was not just an anomaly of modern technology or a quirk of the Earth's magnetic fields, but rather an echo of something older, a call from a civilization lost to time, a civilization that understood the land in ways we could barely begin to comprehend? For centuries, humans have looked to the stars to understand their place in the cosmos. But what if the true mystery of our existence lay not in the heavens, but beneath our feet, in the hidden network of lines and energy paths crisscrossing the Earth? These lines, stretching across continents and oceans, binding together ancient sites of power, may hold the secret to a forgotten history, one that the world's greatest minds have overlooked, or perhaps have intentionally chosen to ignore. The idea of an invisible grid running across the planet was not a new one. The concept of ley lines, energy paths said to link ancient monuments, has intrigued both scholars and mystics for centuries. Yet, despite their tantalizing potential, these lines have remained shrouded in mystery, their true nature elusive. Some argue that ley lines are nothing more than coincidence, a random alignment of ancient monuments and natural features. Others, however, believe that these lines represent a profound connection to the Earth's energetic system, a system that has long since been forgotten by modern civilization. What if, beneath the streets we walk on, beneath the mountains, the rivers, and the fields, there exists an ancient, invisible network that binds the Earth together in ways we are only beginning to understand? What if this grid holds the key to powers that have long been lost, powers that could explain the miracles of ancient civilizations, the wonders of architecture, and the extraordinary abilities of priests, shamans, and healers of the past? Could the hum beneath our feet be a signal, a reminder, or perhaps even a warning? In the deepest caverns and the most sacred temples, could the whispering stones still hold the answers we seek? This question is not merely speculative. It is a profound challenge to our understanding of history and the forces that have shaped our world. Throughout the centuries, various cultures have revered certain locations, believing that these places held special significance, whether spiritual, mystical, or even scientific. Stonehenge, the Great Pyramids of Giza, Machu Picchu, and the Great Wall of China. What if these sites were not just constructions of stone and mortar, but intentional points on a vast, interconnected grid designed to harness and channel the energy of the Earth itself? The idea of an invisible energy grid beneath our feet is not as far-fetched as it may seem. From the ancient Chinese practice of feng shui to the modern theories of geomancy, human history is rich with evidence that suggests a deep, almost sacred relationship with the land. But as civilizations rose and fell, much of this knowledge was lost or deliberately obscured. In the wake of the fall of great empires, the ancient wisdom of energy grids, ley lines, and their significance faded into obscurity. Yet, there are still remnants of this knowledge, hidden in ancient texts, lost maps, and forgotten rituals, that hint at a time when humanity understood the true power of the land beneath its feet. In some ways, these lines of energy, these ley lines, serve as a bridge between the past and the present. They carry with them the echoes of civilizations that existed thousands of years before our time, civilizations that may have understood the Earth's energy in a way that we cannot fully comprehend. These lines, running through the Earth like veins through the human body, connect the ancient sites of power, creating a network that spans the globe. But what if the reason these lines are so often found near sacred sites is not a coincidence? What if the ancients built their monuments and temples with a precise understanding of the Earth's energy fields, harnessing them for purposes far beyond what we understand today? The concept of ley lines suggests that these invisible paths of energy could be much more than a geographical curiosity. They may represent a forgotten technology, a kind of energy that transcends the material world and taps into the very fabric of existence itself. Imagine the possibility that ancient people, far more advanced than we give them credit for, had discovered how to manipulate the Earth's energies in ways that modern science can only begin to fathom. Could the pyramids, for instance, have been more than just tombs for the dead? Could they have been designed to harness energy, focus it, and channel it into the surrounding landscape? What if the pyramids were not only a testament to architectural brilliance but also to a deep understanding of the Earth's electromagnetic field and its potential to shape human consciousness? The more we look at these ancient structures, the more we begin to realize that their alignments with the stars, the solstices, and the ley lines may be no accident. In fact, they may be deliberate, purposeful acts of energy manipulation, constructed with precision to tap into the Earth's natural power. As we delve deeper into the enigma of these ley lines, we begin to uncover a pattern that points to an ancient knowledge that has been lost to time. The mystery of ley lines is not just a puzzle of geography or archaeology. It is a riddle that touches on the very nature of human existence, our connection to the Earth, and the forces that govern the universe. Could the whispering stones be calling us to rediscover this lost knowledge? Are the ley lines the keys to unlocking a deeper understanding of the forces that shape our world? As we seek to unravel the mysteries of the Earth's hidden energy paths, we find ourselves standing at the crossroads of history and mystery, science and spirituality, the known and the unknown. And as we listen more closely to the hum beneath our feet, we may just begin to hear the answer, one that has been waiting to be rediscovered for millennia. Perhaps the truth is not so far beyond our reach. Perhaps the secrets of the Earth have always been right there, just beneath the surface, whispering to those who know how to listen. The ley lines, the ancient monuments, the lost knowledge, all of it could hold the key to understanding a power that stretches far beyond our comprehension. The question remains, will we dare to listen to the whispering stones and uncover the ancient secrets they hold? Or will we continue to walk blindly across the Earth, unaware of the profound energy that pulses beneath our feet? This is just the beginning of the journey. What lies ahead is a trail of discovery, a path that will lead us into the heart of the Earth itself, where the secrets of ley lines and their forgotten power wait to be revealed. Will we find the answers we seek, or will the mystery of the whispering stones remain just out of reach, a puzzle forever unsolved? The adventure has only just begun, and the mysteries of the ley lines beckon us to uncover their secrets, one whisper at a time. Across the globe, there are ancient monuments, megalithic structures, and sacred sites that seem to share a mysterious connection. These locations, spread out across continents and separated by vast oceans, exhibit an uncanny alignment with one another. From the standing stones of Stonehenge to the Grand Pyramids of Egypt, from the great temples of the Maya to the mysterious structures of Easter Island, these sites are not only remarkable in their construction but in their geographical positioning. They seem to form an invisible network, a network that has captivated researchers, historians, and even mystics for centuries. This network, so intricately woven into the fabric of our planet, is often referred to as ley lines. But what exactly are ley lines, and why have they held such a magnetic pull on humanity's imagination? And more intriguingly, what if these ley lines represent a deeper, hidden truth about our planet? A truth that could change our understanding of history itself. The concept of ley lines, as we know it today, traces its origins back to the early 20th century. A British antiquarian named Alfred Watkins is often credited with popularizing the idea of ley lines in 1921. While studying ancient sites across England, Watkins began to notice a striking pattern. Many of these sites seem to align in straight lines across the landscape. From prehistoric burial mounds to medieval churches, these ancient structures appeared to be laid out along invisible pathways. Watkins proposed that these straight lines were not mere coincidences but rather a deliberate mapping of the Earth's natural energy, a kind of grid system that connected sacred sites across the land. He believed that these lines were channels of spiritual or geomantic energy, places of power where ancient people may have tapped into the Earth's hidden forces. But Watkins' theory was not without its critics. Skeptics argued that these alignments were simply the result of human imagination, that people were naturally predisposed to find patterns in the world around them. They suggested that the idea of ley lines was a product of overactive minds, a way of imposing meaning on a landscape that was fundamentally random. And yet, the more researchers dug into the history of these ancient sites, the more intriguing the idea of ley lines became. How could it be that so many cultures, spanning different continents and time periods, seemingly built their most important monuments along similar paths? Were these alignments mere coincidences, or was there a deeper, more profound reason behind them? To understand the significance of ley lines, one must first consider the geography of these ancient sites. In many cases, the positioning of these structures is not random. Rather, it is highly deliberate. Take Stonehenge, for example. Located in the heart of England, this iconic stone circle is aligned with the movements of the sun, particularly during the summer and winter solstices. But Stonehenge is not alone in its alignment. Other stone circles, burial mounds, and sacred sites across Britain and Europe also align with celestial events and natural features. From the great megalithic complex of Carnac in France to the towering stones of Avebury, these ancient sites seem to follow a pattern that cannot easily be explained by coincidence alone. The same phenomenon can be found in other parts of the world. The Great Pyramids of Giza in Egypt, for instance, are famously aligned with the cardinal points of the compass: north, south, east, and west. This alignment is so precise that it has led many to speculate about the advanced astronomical knowledge possessed by the ancient Egyptians. Some researchers even argue that the positioning of the pyramids may have been influenced by the stars, particularly the constellation of Orion, which was sacred to the Egyptians. But the pyramids are not the only Egyptian structures with such alignments. Many of the temples and burial sites throughout Egypt are also positioned along straight lines, forming a complex web of energy paths that stretch across the Nile Valley. This alignment raises the question: were these structures built with a specific purpose in mind, one that involved harnessing or channeling energy from the earth itself? In the Americas, the ancient cultures of the Maya and the Inca also constructed monumental sites that seemed to align with specific natural features or celestial events. The city of Teotihuacan, in present-day Mexico, is another example of an ancient city whose layout seems to follow a deliberate pattern. The Pyramid of the Sun, one of the largest pyramids in the world, is aligned with the sun's path on certain days of the year. Similarly, the Incan city of Machu Picchu is located on a mountain ridge that is aligned with the rising sun during the winter solstice. These alignments suggest that the ancient peoples of the Americas, like their counterparts in Europe and Africa, had a profound understanding of the natural world and its energy forces. One of the most compelling aspects of ley lines is the idea that they are not simply geographical or astronomical alignments but rather channels of energy. According to proponents of the ley line theory, these invisible paths of energy flow through the earth, connecting sites of power and spiritual significance. Some believe that these lines correspond to geomagnetic fields, areas where the Earth's magnetic field is particularly strong. Others suggest that ley lines are part of a larger, global energy network, a kind of planetary grid that connects sacred sites across the globe. This theory suggests that ancient cultures, in their wisdom, may have built their most important sites along these lines in order to tap into the Earth's natural energy, using it for purposes of healing, spiritual rituals, or even technology. But if ley lines are indeed channels of energy, how can we explain the fact that many of these sites were constructed without the technological advancements we possess today? How could ancient people have known about the existence of these energy lines, and how did they tap into this invisible force? These questions have led to a growing body of research that seeks to uncover the secrets of ley lines and the advanced knowledge of the ancient world. Some theorists suggest that the builders of these monuments were not merely skilled craftsmen but also geomancers, individuals who possessed a deep understanding of the Earth's energy and its interaction with the human body. These ancient engineers may have used sacred geometry and precise measurements to align their structures with the Earth's energy fields, creating sites that were not only spiritually powerful but also functionally designed to interact with the Earth's natural forces. There is also evidence to suggest that some cultures may have used sound and vibration as a means of harnessing the energy of ley lines. The ancient Egyptians, for example, are thought to have used sound frequencies in their temples, and some researchers believe that the stone chambers of the pyramids may have been designed to amplify certain vibrational frequencies. Similarly, the Druids of ancient Britain are known to have used sound in their rituals, and the alignment of stone circles such as Stonehenge may have been part of a larger system of energy manipulation. What if these ancient cultures had discovered a way to resonate with the natural frequencies of the Earth, creating powerful effects on consciousness, healing, and even technology? As we look closer at the global phenomenon of ley lines, it becomes clear that this mysterious network is not confined to one culture or one time period. From the Great Wall of China to the temples of Angkor Wat, from the megaliths of Easter Island to the ancient cities of Africa, ley lines seem to be a universal concept, one that transcends geographical and cultural boundaries. The fact that so many ancient civilizations, separated by vast distances and millennia of time, built their sacred sites along these invisible paths suggests that there was a shared knowledge, a common understanding of the Earth's energy fields, and a recognition of the power inherent in these alignments. But the story of ley lines is not just about ancient cultures. It is also about the search for hidden knowledge and lost wisdom. In the modern era, the discovery of ley lines has sparked a renewed interest in the mysteries of the past. Researchers, archaeologists, and even spiritual seekers are now studying these lines and their connections to ancient sites. Some believe that the rediscovery of ley lines could unlock secrets that have been lost for centuries, offering a new understanding of human history, spirituality, and the natural world. Could it be that the ley lines hold the key to an ancient wisdom that has been deliberately hidden from us? The search for ley lines is not just an academic pursuit. It is also a deeply spiritual journey. For many, the ley lines represent more than just geographical coordinates or ancient alignments. They symbolize a connection to something larger than ourselves, a deeper, more profound relationship with the Earth and the forces that shape our lives. In a world that often feels disconnected from nature, the rediscovery of ley lines offers a chance to reconnect with the natural world and the ancient wisdom that once guided our ancestors. Could it be that, in the pursuit of this lost knowledge, we are not just uncovering the secrets of the past but also rediscovering a path to a more harmonious future? As we continue to explore the mysteries of ley lines, one thing becomes clear. These ancient paths, whether real or symbolic, offer a glimpse into a hidden dimension of our world. Whether they represent a forgotten technology, a spiritual connection, or a deep, inherent energy that flows through the Earth, the ley lines invite us to question our understanding of the world around us. They beckon us to look beyond the surface and discover the unseen forces that shape our existence. And perhaps, in doing so, we will begin to hear the faint but persistent hum, the whisper of the Earth itself, calling us to unlock the mysteries that lie just beneath our feet. There are certain places on Earth where the air feels different, where the energy in the environment seems to shift, leaving visitors with an inexplicable sense of awe and wonder. These locations, scattered across the planet, are revered by countless cultures, both ancient and modern, as sacred spaces. Whether it is the stone circles of the British Isles, the towering pyramids of Egypt, or the eerie monolithic statues of Easter Island, there is a common thread that runs through them all. They are not merely geographical landmarks. They are places of profound spiritual and energetic significance. What if, in these locations, something more than the architecture or the history of the past is at play? What if these places were intentionally chosen for their connection to the Earth's invisible energies, forming a link between the material and spiritual worlds? For centuries, People have been drawn to these sites, often unaware of the underlying forces at work. In ancient times, it is believed that the people who built these monuments understood something that has since been forgotten by modern society. They seem to know where to place their temples, their burial mounds, and their sacred stones, not just for symbolic reasons, but because they were tapping into the very natural forces that shape the earth itself. These places, many of which lie along ley lines or other energetic pathways, may have been designed to harmonize with the Earth's magnetic fields, harness the Earth's natural energy, and even align with cosmic forces like the movement of the stars and planets. Take Stonehenge, for example. This ancient stone circle in southern England has been the subject of fascination for centuries. Despite its age, estimated to be over 4,000 years old, Stonehenge continues to draw people from all over the world who come to experience its unique atmosphere and ponder its origins. Many scholars have speculated that the site was used for astronomical observations, as the stones are aligned with the movements of the sun, particularly during the summer and winter solstices. Some even believe that Stonehenge was constructed to tap into the Earth's natural energies, with its stones acting as conductors or amplifiers of unseen forces. This concept, though controversial, is not entirely new. There are many ancient cultures that held the belief that certain sites had the ability to influence the flow of energy, shaping the health and vitality of those who lived near them. The ancient Egyptians, for example, built their temples and pyramids with a remarkable understanding of geometry and alignment. The Great Pyramid of Giza, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, is precisely aligned with the 4 cardinal points of the compass. Its construction was so precise that the alignment is still accurate to this day, thousands of years after it was built. The Egyptians, like other ancient cultures, placed great importance on the relationship between the heavens and the earth. The positioning of their sacred structures was often intended to align with celestial bodies such as the sun, moon, and stars. The ancient Egyptians also believed that the pyramid shape itself held spiritual significance, serving as a conduit between the earth and the heavens. But the connection between the pyramids and energy may go beyond simple symbolism. Some researchers suggest that the pyramids were constructed in such a way that they were capable of harnessing the Earth's natural energies, focusing and amplifying them to create a powerful energetic environment. Similarly, the Inca civilization, which flourished in South America long after the Egyptians, also built sacred sites that align with the cosmos. Machu Picchu, the most famous of Incan sites, sits on a mountain ridge in the Andes, perfectly aligned with the sun's position during the winter solstice. The Incas were master astronomers and geomancers, and they understood how to work with the Earth's energies in ways that modern science is only now beginning to appreciate. The Incas believed that the Earth itself was a living, breathing entity, and their sacred sites were designed to honor this connection, ensuring that the energy of the earth was in harmony with their spiritual practices. In fact, many of the Incan temples and structures were built along ancient energy pathways, which some researchers believe were ley lines or other energetic grids that span the earth. Across the world, similar patterns of alignment can be found. The Maya, for instance, built their cities with an extraordinary understanding of the heavens and the earth's energy. The city of Teotihuacan in present-day Mexico is another example of this. The Pyramid of the Sun, one of the largest and most iconic pyramids in the world, is aligned with the sun's path on specific days of the year, particularly during the equinoxes. The ancient Maya believed that the earth and the cosmos were interconnected, and their cities and sacred sites were constructed with the purpose of aligning with celestial forces to maintain balance and harmony. Like the Egyptians and Incas, the Maya likely understood the Earth's natural energy fields and designed their sites to harness these forces for spiritual, ceremonial, and possibly even technological purposes. What is truly remarkable is that, despite being separated by vast distances and centuries of time, these ancient cultures shared a strikingly similar understanding of the importance of place. Whether it was the alignment of stones, the positioning of pyramids, or the construction of temples, there seems to be a universal recognition that certain locations on the earth were imbued with special significance. These places, it seems, were not chosen at random. They were carefully selected to tap into the earth's unseen energies, to work with the natural forces that flow through the planet. This suggests that ancient cultures, across time and space, shared a deep and profound knowledge of the Earth's energetic system, knowledge that has since been lost to history. The question then arises, what was the purpose of all of this? Why did these cultures go to such great lengths to align their sacred sites with natural and cosmic forces? One possibility is that these sites were designed to serve as conduits for energy that could be harnessed for healing, spiritual rituals, or even practical purposes. Some researchers believe that the ancient world had a much more sophisticated understanding of energy and technology than we give them credit for. They may have used these sacred sites to harness and manipulate the Earth's natural forces for purposes beyond our current understanding. The energy generated by these sites could have been used to heal the sick, empower the soul, or even influence the surrounding environment. Another possibility is that these sites were places of spiritual power, where individuals could connect with the divine or access higher levels of consciousness. Many ancient cultures believed that the Earth was not just a physical object, but a living entity, and that certain places held a special connection to the spiritual realm. These sacred sites were often used for rituals, ceremonies, and meditations designed to facilitate spiritual growth and enlightenment. The energies of these places, combined with the power of the human mind, may have allowed individuals to transcend their physical limitations and access higher planes of existence. In more recent times, there has been growing interest in the idea that these sacred sites are not just symbols of ancient wisdom, but keys to unlocking a deeper understanding of the universe. Researchers, spiritual seekers, and scientists alike are looking to these ancient sites for clues about the Earth's hidden energies, hoping that by studying them, we can unlock the mysteries of the universe itself. Could it be that these ancient places are not just relics of the past, but gateways to a deeper, more profound understanding of reality? Could it be that, by reconnecting with these places, we could access hidden knowledge and untapped potential? What is clear is that these sacred places are not simply relics of an ancient past, but living, breathing symbols of a deeper connection between humanity and the Earth. They are reminders of a time when people understood the Earth's energies and knew how to work with them to enhance their lives and spiritual practices. As we look to the future, there is much we can learn from these ancient sites. Whether it is the alignment of the stars, the harnessing of natural energy, or the connection between the physical and spiritual realms, these sacred places offer a glimpse into a lost world of wisdom and understanding. By studying them, we may come to understand not just the mysteries of the past, but the potential for the future. A future where humanity may once again learn to work in harmony with the natural world and its hidden forces. But for now, we remain in awe of these incredible places, these monuments to ancient knowledge, these sites of power and energy. They continue to captivate our imaginations and draw us into their mysteries, beckoning us to learn more, to understand more, and perhaps, to reconnect with a time when humanity lived in greater harmony with the Earth. These sacred spaces, long considered to be symbols of the past, may yet hold the keys to a future that we have only begun to glimpse. And in this quest for knowledge, the energy of these sites, the very essence of the Earth itself, may hold the answers to the questions that have long eluded us. In every corner of the world, there exists an invisible web, a network so vast and intricate that its existence often goes unnoticed, yet it connects the very fabric of the Earth. This network, made up of ley lines and the energetic pathways that run across the planet, may hold secrets that challenge everything we think we know about the natural world. The idea of an invisible grid that links sacred sites, temples, and ancient monuments has intrigued people for centuries. Yet the true nature of this grid remains shrouded in mystery. What if this invisible network is not just a coincidence, but rather a deliberate system, one designed to harness and distribute the Earth's natural energies in ways we are only beginning to comprehend? And what if these ley lines, far from being simple lines on a map, are powerful conduits that influence the health, vitality, and fate of the planet itself? The concept of the Earth's energetic grid is not a new one. For millennia, ancient civilizations recognized that certain places on Earth held unique significance. Whether it was the pyramids of Egypt, the stone circles of Britain, or the temples of the Maya, many of these sacred sites seem to be strategically placed along lines or points that form an unseen network. These locations are often associated with spiritual practices, healing, or celestial observations, suggesting that the ancients may have understood something profound about the Earth's energy fields, something that modern science has only recently begun to explore. The first person to formally introduce the concept of ley lines to the modern world was Alfred Watkins, an English antiquarian, in the early 20th century. Watkins noticed that many ancient sites in Britain, such as standing stones, churches, and burial mounds, seemed to align in straight lines across the landscape. He proposed that these alignments were not random but rather intentional, suggesting that the ancient people who built these monuments were deliberately placing them along pathways that connected sacred or energetic locations. Watkins referred to these alignments as ley lines, a term that would come to represent a vast network of energetic lines crisscrossing the globe. While his theories were met with skepticism by some, they ignited a fire of curiosity that would grow into a movement of research and exploration into the true nature of these energetic pathways. Since Watkins' time, the idea of ley lines has evolved. Some believe that these lines represent a global energy grid, a network of magnetic and geophysical forces that runs through the Earth, connecting sites of ancient power. Others see ley lines as more metaphysical, spiritual conduits that connect the Earth to the heavens, facilitating a flow of cosmic energy between the Earth and the universe. Whatever the interpretation, the evidence for their existence is compelling, if not irrefutable. And though much remains speculative, the concept of ley lines and their connection to the Earth's energy fields challenges us to reconsider our understanding of the planet and the forces that shape it. One of the most intriguing aspects of ley lines is the idea that they represent more than just geographical alignments. If these lines are indeed conduits of energy, then they must play a significant role in the natural processes of the Earth. Imagine, for a moment, that the Earth is not just a collection of physical matter, but a dynamic, living organism, one that breathes, pulses, and generates energy. Just as the human body has an energetic field, so too does the planet. The lines that run through the Earth, the ley lines, could represent the veins of this energetic organism, channels through which the planet's life force flows. These energy pathways could be responsible for the magnetic fields that shape the Earth's climate, influence the movement of tectonic plates, and even affect the growth of plants and the behavior of animals. The more we study the Earth's energy systems, the more it becomes clear that they are interconnected in ways we do not fully understand. Scientists have long known about the Earth's magnetic field and its role in protecting the planet from harmful solar radiation. However, there is growing evidence that the planet's magnetic fields are not simply a product of the Earth's core, but are part of a larger, more complex system of energy flows that extend beyond the surface and into the cosmos. This system may include ley lines, which could serve as pathways for the movement of energy between the Earth and the universe. The connection between ley lines and the Earth's magnetic fields has led some researchers to speculate that these lines could have a profound impact on the environment. Ley lines, it is believed, could affect the growth of plants, the migration patterns of animals, and even human health. Some suggest that the positioning of ancient monuments along these lines was not arbitrary but was intended to harness and amplify these natural energies. If the Earth's ley lines are indeed channels of energy, it's possible that the ancients knew how to tap into this power, using it for spiritual rituals, healing practices, and even technological purposes that modern science is only beginning to understand. In recent years, researchers have begun to explore the possibility that ley lines are not just metaphysical constructs, but real physical phenomena that can be measured and quantified. Using modern technology, scientists have studied the magnetic fields that run along these lines, looking for patterns and anomalies that could reveal the true nature of the Earth's energetic network. Some studies have found that certain ley lines correspond to areas with higher concentrations of electromagnetic activity, suggesting that these lines may indeed be channels of energy. Other research has looked at the relationship between ley lines and natural disasters, such as earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. Some believe that ley lines are tied to the movement of tectonic plates, and that the energy flowing through these lines could influence seismic activity. If true, this would mean that the planet's energy network is not just an abstract concept but a powerful force that shapes the physical world in ways we are only beginning to understand. Yet, for all the scientific interest in ley lines, there remains a deep sense of mystery surrounding them. While researchers continue to investigate the physical properties of these energy pathways, many people still see ley lines as spiritual forces, connected to ancient rituals, cosmic alignments, and the human experience. Some view them as portals to higher realms of consciousness, places where the boundary between the physical and spiritual worlds becomes thin, allowing for communication with the divine or the ancestors. This belief is especially prevalent in cultures that have long revered sacred sites and viewed them as places of healing and transformation. In these traditions, ley lines are seen as more than just energy channels. They are pathways to enlightenment, awakening, and spiritual growth. The significance of ley lines extends far beyond the sites they connect. Many people believe that the ley line network is a map of the Earth's consciousness, a system that reflects the deeper, hidden patterns of life on the planet. These lines are seen as the veins of the Earth, carrying the vital energy that sustains not just the physical world, but the spiritual and emotional aspects of life as well. Just as the human body has meridians of energy, so too does the Earth, with ley lines acting as the conduits for this vital life force. This idea of the Earth as a living, breathing organism with its own energetic system is not new. In many ancient cultures, the Earth was viewed as a goddess, a source of life and energy that nurtured all living beings. The Greeks had Gaia, the Romans had Terra, and the Native Americans viewed the Earth as Mother Earth, a sacred entity that was to be revered and respected. These ancient beliefs were grounded in the understanding that the Earth was not just a physical place, but a living being with its own consciousness and energy fields. In this view, ley lines were not just a network of geographical points, but sacred pathways that connected the Earth's physical and spiritual dimensions. As modern society continues to push further into the digital age, it's easy to forget that the Earth is a living organism, one that is intimately connected to the cosmos. The idea of ley lines, once dismissed as fanciful or speculative, invites us to reconsider the Earth's place in the larger scheme of the universe. What if these energy pathways are not just an ancient curiosity, but a map that reveals how we are all connected, human beings, the Earth, and the stars? What if, in understanding this invisible grid, we could unlock the secrets of the universe itself and rediscover a deeper connection with the natural world? The more we explore the mysteries of ley lines and the energetic pathways that crisscross the planet, the more we realize that we are only beginning to scratch the surface. What lies beneath these lines is not just ancient history, but the potential for a new understanding of our world and our place in it. If we can learn to tap into the energy of these pathways, we may be able to unlock a hidden potential that has been waiting for us to rediscover. The ley lines are not just relics of the past. They are pathways to the future, ways of reconnecting with the Earth, the cosmos, and the deepest parts of ourselves. It is up to us to follow these lines and uncover the secrets that lie hidden beneath the surface. In doing so, we may just find that the key to our future lies in the ancient wisdom of the Earth itself. Throughout history, there has always been an undeniable connection between humanity and the land beneath our feet. In ancient times, civilizations revered certain places as sacred, believing that the very earth they stood on held deep spiritual significance. These sacred spaces, whether mountains, rivers, or stone circles, were not just physical landmarks, but were seen as conduits of divine energy, offering a link between the human world and the cosmic forces that governed it. The belief that the Earth is imbued with energy, that certain locations possess a unique vibrational frequency that resonates with human consciousness, has existed in many cultures across the world. From the geomancy of China to the mystical traditions of the Druids, the understanding that the Earth's energies can be harnessed and channeled has been central to spiritual practices for millennia. But as the centuries passed and civilizations grew, much of this ancient wisdom was lost, obscured by the march of time and the rise of modern science. Yet, despite the overwhelming influence of science and rational thought, the idea that certain places on Earth possess special power has never truly disappeared. Even today, people are drawn to sacred sites and powerful landscapes, seeking connection and transformation. And as technology advances, more and more researchers are beginning to rediscover and explore the mysteries of the Earth's energetic grid, those invisible lines and pathways that connect ancient sites across the world. Among the most compelling of these discoveries is the idea of ley lines, the hidden energetic currents that form a network across the planet, connecting sacred sites, monuments, and places of power. What if these ley lines, far from being mere geographical curiosities, are the very veins through which the Earth's energy flows, influencing everything from human consciousness to the natural world around us? The first mention of ley lines comes from Alfred Watkins, a British antiquarian and archaeologist who, in the early 20th century, observed that many ancient structures in England, including burial mounds, churches, and stone circles, appeared to align in straight lines across the landscape. He proposed that these lines were not merely coincidental, but part of a deliberate ancient system. According to Watkins, these alignments formed a kind of geodetic grid, a network of energy pathways that stretched across the land, connecting sacred sites in a way that was purposeful and meaningful. Watkins' theories were initially met with skepticism, but his ideas sparked an interest in the energetic properties of the Earth, leading to further exploration of the concept of ley lines. As more researchers and scholars delved into the idea of ley lines, a deeper, more mysterious understanding began to emerge. While Watkins had proposed that ley lines were simply geographical alignments, others began to suggest that these lines were not just maps of physical locations, but conduits of energy, carrying a flow of natural forces that could influence human life in profound ways. Some believed that these ley lines were channels of geomagnetic energy, while others speculated that they were part of a larger, more intricate system of Earth's energy fields. These ideas are not entirely new. In fact, many ancient cultures had long recognized the energetic properties of the land and had devised methods of tapping into this power. In China, the practice of feng shui has been used for thousands of years to determine the most auspicious locations for building homes, temples, and other structures. Feng shui practitioners believe that the Earth is alive with energy, and that the flow of this energy, known as qi, can be harnessed and directed to enhance health, wealth, and harmony. The principles of feng shui are based on the idea that the landscape itself has a magnetic and energetic signature, and that certain locations are more powerful than others. These locations are often identified by their proximity to natural features such as mountains, rivers, and valleys, which are believed to concentrate or channel the Earth's energy. The ancient Egyptians, too, had a deep understanding of the Earth's energetic properties. Their construction of the pyramids, particularly the Great Pyramid of Giza, demonstrates a sophisticated knowledge of geometry, astronomy, and energy. The pyramid shape itself is believed to have had special properties, amplifying the energy within its structure. The Egyptians were not merely building monumental tombs. They were creating powerful energy generators that could focus and channel the Earth's natural energies. The alignment of the Great Pyramid with the cardinal points and the stars of the constellation Orion is thought to have been no accident. The Egyptians were intentional in their placement of sacred sites, aligning them with the cosmic and energetic forces of the universe. This suggests that their understanding of ley lines or some similar concept was not only highly advanced, but deeply integrated into their spiritual and technological practices. In Europe, the Druids of ancient Britain and Gaul were said to have possessed a profound understanding of the Earth's energies. According to historical accounts, the Druids used sacred groves, stone circles, and other natural features as places of worship and spiritual practice. These sacred sites were believed to be aligned with the Earth's energy, and the Druids understood how to work with these forces to achieve spiritual enlightenment and healing. The stone circles of Avebury and Stonehenge, for example, are thought to have been constructed with a deep understanding of the Earth's energetic fields. The stones themselves may have acted as conductors, amplifying the natural energies of the land and creating a powerful environment for ritual and ceremony. The alignment of these stone circles with the solstices and the lunar cycle suggests that the Druids, like the Egyptians, were well versed in the use of celestial and terrestrial energies to mark important moments in the cosmic cycle. In the Americas, the ancient cultures of the Maya and the Inca also demonstrated a sophisticated understanding of energy and the Earth's forces. The Maya, known for their advanced knowledge of astronomy and mathematics, constructed cities that were aligned with the stars and the movement of the sun. The city of Teotihuacan, in present-day Mexico, is one of the most famous examples of this, with its pyramid of the sun aligned with the sun's path on specific days of the year. The Inca, too, constructed their sacred sites with an understanding of the Earth's energy. Machu Picchu, the most well-known of Incan sites, is located on a mountain ridge that is perfectly aligned with the winter solstice sunrise. The Inca believed that the earth was a living, breathing entity, and they built their temples and cities to honor this connection, aligning their structures with the energy flows of the land. The more we explore these ancient practices, the more we begin to realize that the connection between humans and the Earth's energies is not a mere cultural phenomenon, but a universal principle. The understanding that certain locations possess unique energetic properties transcends time and culture, suggesting that humanity has long been aware of the forces at play beneath the surface of the Earth. Whether through sacred geometry, astronomy, or geomancy, ancient peoples intuitively understood the power of place and the importance of aligning with the natural energy of the Earth. This recognition of the Earth's energies is not just a relic of the past. It has been carried forward into the present day. In modern times, researchers and spiritual seekers alike are beginning to rediscover the significance of ley lines and the energetic pathways that run across the planet. These ley lines, far from being relics of an ancient, forgotten time, are seen as pathways to a deeper understanding of the Earth and the universe itself. The more we learn about the Earth's energy fields, the more we realize that they may hold the key to unlocking new forms of healing, spiritual growth, and even technology. One of the most fascinating aspects of ley lines is the potential for scientific exploration. While many people continue to view ley lines as purely metaphysical or spiritual, there is growing interest in the idea that these lines may represent real, measurable phenomena. Studies of geomagnetic fields and electromagnetic energy have shown that certain areas of the Earth exhibit higher concentrations of magnetic activity. Could these areas correspond to the locations of ley lines? And if so, what implications would this have for our understanding of the Earth's energetic system? Some researchers believe that ley lines could influence not just human health and consciousness, but also the environment itself, affecting everything from weather patterns to the growth of plants. The study of ley lines, then, could hold the potential to unlock new insights into the ways the Earth's energies shape the world around us. Ultimately, the idea of ley lines offers a glimpse into a world of interconnectedness, where the physical, spiritual, and energetic realms are all part of a greater whole. As we continue to explore the mysteries of the Earth's energetic grid, we may begin to understand that the Earth is not just a passive backdrop for human activity, but an active participant in the unfolding of life. In reconnecting with the Earth's energies, we may find a path toward healing, balance, and harmony, not just for ourselves, but for the planet as a whole. The ley lines may hold the key to a future in which humanity lives in greater alignment with the natural world, tapping into the ancient wisdom that has been passed down through the ages. In understanding the power of place, we may rediscover the profound connection between humanity and the Earth, a connection that has the potential to transform our lives and our world in ways we are only beginning to understand. The search for ancient wisdom has been a constant thread throughout human history. Civilizations have always sought ways to explain the mysteries of the universe, to understand the forces that govern life, and to unlock the secrets of the natural world. Among the most enduring and enigmatic of these secrets is the idea that the Earth itself may possess a hidden energy, an unseen force that flows beneath the surface, shaping our world in ways we have yet to fully comprehend. This idea, present in the myths, traditions, and beliefs of many ancient cultures, has given rise to the concept of ley lines. These invisible, energy-charged pathways have captured the imaginations of researchers, spiritual seekers, and historians alike. But what if these ley lines, which have long been relegated to the realm of the mystical and the unexplained, are not just figments of human imagination, but represent a real, tangible force that has the potential to reshape our understanding of the planet and our place within it? The idea that the Earth's energy could be harnessed and manipulated by ancient cultures is not a new one. For centuries, people have believed that certain places on Earth were imbued with special significance, either for their geographical features, their celestial alignments, or their connection to the natural energy of the land. From the pyramids of Egypt to the temples of the Maya, from the stone circles of Britain to the sacred groves of the Druids, these sites were more than just physical landmarks. They were places of power, places where the boundaries between the human world and the spiritual realm were said to be especially thin. The belief that certain locations possessed unique energetic properties was central to many ancient spiritual practices, and the alignment of these sites with natural forces, such as the sun, moon, and stars, suggests that these civilizations understood something profound about the energetic nature of the earth. The ancient Egyptians, for example, built their monumental pyramids and temples with remarkable precision, aligning them with celestial bodies and the natural energy of the earth. The Great Pyramid of Giza, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, is aligned with the cardinal points of the compass to an extraordinary degree of accuracy. The Egyptians also understood the power of the pyramid shape itself, which is thought to have the ability to concentrate and amplify energy. It is widely believed that the pyramids were constructed not just as tombs, but as powerful structures designed to channel the Earth's energy, creating an environment in which the energy of the Earth and the cosmos could be harnessed for spiritual and ritualistic purposes. Similarly, the ancient Maya built their cities with an intricate understanding of astronomy, mathematics, and energy. The city of Teotihuacan in present-day Mexico is another example of this. The Pyramid of the Sun, one of the largest pyramids in the world, is aligned with the sun's path during key points in the solar calendar, such as the equinoxes. The Maya, like the Egyptians, saw the Earth as a living entity, and they built their sacred sites to harmonize with the natural forces of the planet. Their understanding of ley lines or some similar concept may have been even more advanced than we realize, with their cities designed to sit along energy pathways that were thought to influence the health, vitality, and spiritual well-being of their people. In Europe, the ancient Druids were believed to possess a profound knowledge of the Earth's energetic system. The Druids, who inhabited what is now Britain and Gaul, saw the Earth as a living, breathing organism, and they built their sacred groves and stone circles in alignment with the forces of nature. Stonehenge, the most famous of these sites, is a perfect example of the Druids' understanding of the Earth's energy. The stones of Stonehenge are carefully aligned with the movements of the sun, particularly during the solstices, suggesting that the site was used not only for astronomical observations, but also to harness the Earth's natural energies. Some researchers believe that the stones themselves acted as conductors, amplifying the Earth's electromagnetic field and creating a powerful energetic environment. What all of these cultures shared was a belief that certain places on Earth were special, not simply because of their location or beauty, but because they were imbued with a hidden, powerful energy. Whether through the alignment of sacred sites with celestial bodies, the use of specific shapes or materials, or the construction of monuments in energy-rich locations, ancient cultures understood the importance of tapping into the Earth's natural forces. But why did they believe these energies existed, and how did they use them? The idea that the Earth itself is alive with energy is not just a mystical or spiritual concept. It has roots in science as well. In recent years, researchers have begun to study the Earth's electromagnetic fields and the ways in which they interact with human beings. It has been shown that the Earth produces a constant magnetic field, which is generated by the movement of molten iron and other materials within its core. This magnetic field is crucial for life on Earth, as it protects the planet from harmful solar radiation and helps to regulate the planet's climate. But what if the Earth's magnetic field is more than just a shield? What if it also serves as a conduit for other, more subtle energies that ancient cultures may have understood and harnessed for spiritual and technological purposes? The study of geomagnetism, which looks at the interaction between the Earth's magnetic fields and the materials found on its surface, has led some researchers to speculate that ley lines could be tied to regions of the Earth where the magnetic field is particularly strong or concentrated. Some studies have shown that certain areas of the Earth exhibit higher concentrations of electromagnetic activity, and it is believed that these areas could correspond to the locations of ley lines. If ley lines are indeed energy pathways, they could be shaped by the planet's magnetic fields, creating zones of heightened energy that could influence everything from the growth of plants to the health of living organisms. In this view, the ancient cultures that built their sacred sites along these ley lines were not simply aligning their monuments with celestial events. They were positioning them in locations where the Earth's magnetic and energetic properties were most potent. What is perhaps most fascinating about this idea is the possibility that ancient peoples were able to tap into these energies in ways that we have only recently begun to understand. The Egyptians, for example, are thought to have used the pyramid shape to amplify the Earth's energy, creating a resonance that could enhance spiritual practices and healing. The Druids may have used the stones of their circles to conduct or focus the Earth's energy, creating a sacred space where the flow of energy could be manipulated for ritualistic purposes. Similarly, the Maya may have aligned their cities and temples with ley lines in order to harmonize with the Earth's energies, influencing the health, fertility, and spiritual well-being of their people. Some researchers have even suggested that ancient technologies may have been designed to interact with the Earth's energy in ways we have not yet fully grasped. The possibility that ancient cultures had a more sophisticated understanding of energy and magnetism than we give them credit for is an exciting one. It is conceivable that the power of ley lines was harnessed not just for spiritual or ritualistic purposes, but for practical applications as well, whether for powering technologies, creating more fertile environments, or even influencing the weather. The idea that ancient civilizations may have possessed technologies that were based on the manipulation of the Earth's energy could revolutionize our understanding of the past, as well as our relationship with the planet itself. In the modern world, however, the understanding of ley lines and the Earth's energetic pathways has often been relegated to the realm of pseudoscience or spiritual mysticism. Despite the compelling evidence from ancient cultures and the growing body of research into the Earth's electromagnetic properties, ley lines remain a subject of debate. Some scientists dismiss the idea entirely, arguing that the alignments of ancient sites are simply coincidences or the result of human imagination. Others, however, believe that there is a deeper truth to the idea of ley lines, one that may one day lead to a new understanding of the Earth's energetic system and its relationship to human consciousness. Whether or not ley lines are real, the search for these hidden pathways reveals a profound truth about humanity's connection to the Earth. The belief that the Earth is alive with energy, that certain locations possess a unique vibrational frequency, is not just a spiritual or mystical concept. It is an inherent part of the human experience. As we continue to study the Earth's magnetic fields and energy pathways, we may one day uncover the secrets of these invisible forces, unlocking the hidden potential of the planet and our own existence. In doing so, we may come to realize that the Earth is not just a passive backdrop to human life, but an active participant in the unfolding of our world, a world in which the boundaries between the physical, spiritual, and energetic realms are much more fluid and interconnected than we ever imagined. The ley lines may represent a pathway back to a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the cosmos. And in that journey, we may find the answers to questions that have been asked for millennia. In the exploration of ley lines and the Earth's energetic grid, one of the most compelling aspects is the idea that these invisible pathways may not be confined to ancient history alone. The legacy of these energy channels has persisted throughout time, influencing not only ancient cultures but also modern developments, both in spiritual practices and scientific inquiry. The belief that the Earth holds a living, pulsating force, an energy that flows through the land, connecting people and places, has never completely faded. While the ancient civilizations understood and revered this energy, the question remains: do we, in our modern age, still interact with or even tap into these energies without fully realizing it? At the heart of this question is the idea that these ley lines are not just historical relics or lines on a map. Rather, they are part of a living, dynamic system that continues to influence the world around us. The question is whether this system is still active in the modern world, and if so, how we are engaging with it today, whether consciously or unconsciously. While ancient cultures recognized the significance of these energetic pathways and intentionally placed sacred sites, temples, and monuments along these lines, it is intriguing to consider whether we, in the 21st century, are still influenced by the invisible forces of the Earth. Do the same ley lines that aligned the ancient wonders of the world continue to shape our lives, our cities, and our environments today? The modern exploration of ley lines is part of a broader movement that seeks to bridge the gap between science and spirituality, between the rational world and the mysterious forces of the universe. Over the past century, interest in these lines has not only been rekindled but has expanded into various fields of research, ranging from geomancy and psychology to physics and architecture. Despite the skepticism and dismissal by many mainstream scientists, there are those who argue that the idea of ley lines has not been fully explored and may offer insights into the hidden dimensions of our existence. Some believe that ley lines could be real, measurable pathways of electromagnetic energy that connect locations of significant human activity and ancient constructions, linking the human experience with the Earth's deeper forces. A major challenge in the study of ley lines is their elusive nature. Unlike physical objects such as mountains or rivers, ley lines cannot be seen or measured in a conventional sense. They are often described as invisible grids or patterns that lie beneath the surface of the Earth, yet their effects are far from invisible. Those who have studied the phenomenon argue that ley lines are not simply abstract concepts, but rather channels that influence the human experience in profound ways. If this is true, then ley lines are not just historical curiosities. They could be shaping our consciousness, our emotions, and our physical environment in ways that we are only beginning to understand. In order to understand how ley lines may still be influencing our world today, it is necessary to look at how these lines manifest in modern life. One area where the concept of ley lines continues to hold significant relevance is in the construction of buildings and cities. Just as the ancient Egyptians, Maya, and Druids designed their sacred sites to align with the Earth's energetic grid, modern architects and city planners have occasionally considered the natural forces at play in the land when designing their structures. This practice, known as sacred geometry, involves using mathematical principles and natural alignments to create harmony between human structures and the Earth's energy. Although it may not always be consciously recognized, sacred geometry still plays a role in modern architecture, particularly in the design of buildings intended for spiritual purposes, such as churches, temples, and other sacred spaces. The use of geometry to tap into the natural flow of energy has been studied for its potential to create environments that enhance well-being, calm the mind, and even improve physical health. Beyond architecture, there are other modern examples where ley lines seem to be influencing human consciousness. One of the most significant is the way in which certain cities or geographical areas are believed to carry a unique vibrational frequency that resonates with the collective energy of the people living there. Many cities and towns across the world, such as Jerusalem, Mecca, and Machu Picchu, are thought to be located on or near ley lines, making them centers of spiritual and energetic importance. The people who live in these areas, or who visit them, often experience heightened emotions, altered states of consciousness, or a sense of profound connection to something larger than themselves. Whether it is the feeling of awe and reverence that one experiences at the Great Pyramid of Giza or the overwhelming sense of sacredness that surrounds the ancient city of Angkor Wat, these locations appear to exert a subtle but powerful influence on those who come into contact with them. This influence of ley lines on human consciousness is not limited to spiritual practices. It also extends to more everyday experiences, such as our emotional and psychological states. Many people report feeling a sense of peace, clarity, or inspiration when visiting sacred sites or natural locations that align with these energy pathways. Conversely, some individuals describe feeling uneasy, restless, or even ill when exposed to areas that they believe are out of alignment with the Earth's natural energy flow. This has led to the theory that ley lines may not only affect the physical world, but also have a direct impact on our mental and emotional well-being. Researchers in the fields of psychology and geobiology have begun to explore the connection between the Earth's energy fields and human emotions, suggesting that there may be a link between our psychological states and the energetic qualities of the places where we live, work, and travel. Even in the world of technology and scientific discovery, there are hints that ley lines may be exerting their influence. Many of the world's most important scientific discoveries and breakthroughs have occurred in locations that are believed to be situated on ley lines. The idea that the Earth's energetic pathways are connected to human innovation is a fascinating one, especially when we consider that some of the most significant moments in history have occurred in areas believed to be part of the Earth's energetic grid. It is almost as though these ley lines serve as channels not only for spiritual energy, but for creative and intellectual energy as well. Could it be that the great minds of history, Einstein, Tesla, and others, were somehow tapped into these energetic currents? Could the flow of ideas, insights, and inventions be linked to the vibrational frequencies of the Earth? Moreover, the phenomenon of sacred sites and ley lines also extends into the realms of healing and medicine. Throughout history, people have traveled to certain places believed to have healing powers, often due to their proximity to ley lines. These locations are seen as energy centers where the Earth's vibrations have the potential to restore balance and harmony to the body and mind. Modern research into the concept of energy medicine suggests that the human body, like the Earth, is a system of energy fields, and that by interacting with specific energetic frequencies, such as those found along ley lines, we may be able to influence our own health and vitality. This is the basis of many alternative healing practices, such as acupuncture, Reiki, and crystal healing, all of which are built on the premise that the body's energy can be manipulated in order to restore health and well-being. As we move forward into the future, the exploration of ley lines may open new doors to understanding not only the Earth's energy fields, but our own relationship to the planet and the cosmos. In an age where science and spirituality are often viewed as separate domains, the study of ley lines offers an opportunity to bridge the gap between these two worlds. By integrating ancient wisdom with modern scientific inquiry, we may begin to unlock the secrets of the Earth's hidden energy grid, and with it, a deeper understanding of our own place in the universe. As we examine the evidence for the continuing influence of ley lines, it becomes clear that these invisible pathways are not just relics of a bygone era. They represent a living, breathing system that connects the Earth, the human experience, and the cosmic forces that govern the universe. Whether we are aware of it or not, the ley lines continue to shape our world, influencing our physical health, our emotional well-being, and our spiritual journey. In rediscovering these hidden energies, we may find that the answers to some of humanity's most enduring questions are right beneath our feet, waiting to be uncovered. Perhaps, in the study and understanding of ley lines, we are not just learning about the Earth but also about ourselves and the powerful, interconnected force that binds us to the planet and to each other. There is something profoundly unsettling about the idea that ancient civilizations, whose ways of life were so different from ours, may have understood the world in ways that we, in our modern age, have forgotten. The discovery of ley lines and the energetic networks that crisscross the Earth presents us with a startling proposition: that the ancients, in their wisdom and spiritual practices, may have been tapping into a system of forces that modern science is only beginning to understand. These invisible lines, believed to connect sacred sites, places of power, and ancient monuments, may hold the key not only to our past but also to our future. The more we delve into this mystery, the more we are confronted with the possibility that there is much about our planet's energy that remains hidden from us. Could it be that the knowledge of ley lines, an understanding that was once revered by the ancients, could be the key to unlocking humanity's next great leap in understanding the forces that shape the world? This question becomes all the more intriguing when we consider the technological marvels of the ancient world. For centuries, historians and archaeologists have marveled at the precision with which ancient civilizations constructed their monuments, buildings, and cities. From the great pyramids of Egypt to the towering ziggurats of Mesopotamia, from the intricately designed temples of the Maya to the stone circles of Britain, these structures display an uncanny alignment with celestial bodies, geographical features, and, it is now suggested, the Earth's energetic fields. The alignment of such sites with the positions of the sun, moon, and stars points to a level of astronomical and geomantic knowledge that many believe could not have been achieved without an intimate understanding of the Earth's natural energies. Take, for instance, the Great Pyramids of Giza. These monumental structures are aligned with such precision that they match the cardinal directions of the Earth to an almost perfect degree. But it is not only the cardinal alignment that suggests an understanding of the Earth's forces. The design of the pyramids, with their angular faces and precise measurements, is thought to have been influenced by the concept of sacred geometry, a system that connects the physical world to the metaphysical. The Egyptians likely knew that certain geometric shapes, such as the pyramid, could amplify and focus energy, directing it to specific locations on the Earth. The very shape of the pyramid, with its pointed apex reaching toward the sky, may have been seen as a conduit for the flow of energy from the Earth's core to the heavens above. It is a profound idea, one that suggests the Egyptians, in their awe of the cosmos, were not simply building tombs for their rulers, but rather structures designed to interact with the natural energies of the Earth. The same reverence for energy can be seen in the ancient city of Teotihuacan, located in present-day Mexico. The city's layout is not only aligned with the sun and the stars, but also with the flow of natural energy across the land. The Pyramid of the Sun, one of the largest and most iconic structures in the city, is particularly interesting because it is positioned in such a way that it aligns with the solstices and other key astronomical events. Just as the pyramids in Egypt seem to channel energy from the earth to the sky, the structures in Teotihuacan appear to harness and focus the natural forces of the earth, suggesting that the ancient inhabitants of the city may have been aware of ley lines or similar energy pathways. In Europe, the stone circles of the Druids, particularly those at Stonehenge and Avebury, further demonstrate the connection between ancient cultures and the Earth's energetic forces. These megalithic structures are carefully arranged in alignment with the movement of the sun, the phases of the moon, and other celestial phenomena. It is believed that the Druids, like the Egyptians and the Maya, understood the Earth's energies and designed their sacred sites to resonate with these forces. The stones themselves, massive and standing tall in their circle formations, may have been used to capture and amplify the Earth's natural energy, creating a space where the spiritual and physical worlds could meet. The alignment of these stones with the cosmos and the Earth's magnetic fields suggests a sophisticated understanding of natural forces that transcended mere religious symbolism. The idea that ancient civilizations possessed knowledge of ley lines is further supported by the fact that many of these cultures did not view the Earth as a lifeless object, but as a living, breathing entity, one that was intimately connected to the heavens. This concept of Earth as a living organism is not unique to any one culture. It appears in the myths, beliefs, and spiritual practices of people around the world. The ancient Greeks worshipped Gaia, the Earth goddess, who represented the planet's life force. The Native American traditions also recognized the Earth as a living being, with deep spiritual connections to all life. In these traditions, the Earth's energies were not only acknowledged, but were believed to be sacred, worthy of respect and reverence. In more recent history, the discovery of ley lines in the early 20th century by Alfred Watkins reignited interest in the energetic properties of the Earth. Watkins, an English antiquarian and archaeologist, observed that many ancient sites in Britain seemed to be aligned in straight lines across the landscape. He proposed that these alignments were not accidental, but were part of an ancient system designed to connect sacred sites and harness the natural energies of the Earth. Watkins' theories were controversial, but they sparked a wave of interest in the study of ley lines and their potential role in the ancient world. Though the mainstream scientific community dismissed his ideas, many spiritual seekers and alternative researchers embraced the notion that ley lines were a hidden network of energy pathways that connected the sacred sites of the Earth. These lines, some believe, are not just lines on a map, but real channels of energy that influence the health of the planet and the spiritual lives of its inhabitants. The more we explore these theories, the more we realize that the connection between the Earth and its energy fields is far from understood. While scientists have long recognized the existence of the Earth's magnetic field, which protects the planet from solar radiation, the idea that the Earth might possess other forms of energy, subtle, invisible forces that shape the landscape and our lives, has yet to be fully explored. Some researchers believe that ley lines are connected to these magnetic and electromagnetic fields, and that they may be part of a larger, more complex system of energy flows that span the entire planet. The possibility that the Earth's energetic pathways could be influencing everything from plant growth to human consciousness opens up a whole new realm of scientific inquiry, one that seeks to merge the physical world with the unseen forces that govern it. One of the most compelling aspects of ley lines is their potential to explain phenomena that have long eluded explanation. Why do certain places seem to have a profound effect on human beings, causing feelings of awe, inspiration, or even fear? Why do some locations, such as ancient sacred sites, seem to be imbued with a unique energy that resonates with people on a deep level? And what role do ley lines play in the development of human civilizations? The answers to these questions may lie in the discovery of the Earth's hidden energy pathways. These pathways, if they exist, may not just be relics of the past, but a living, dynamic system that continues to shape our world today. The study of ley lines challenges us to reconsider our understanding of the Earth and our place within it. It asks us to look beyond the physical world and acknowledge the existence of unseen forces, energies that flow through the planet, connecting all living things. Whether or not ley lines are a physical reality, the idea that the Earth has an energetic system that connects us all is a profound one. It invites us to rethink the nature of existence, to consider the possibility that everything in the universe is connected in ways that we cannot yet comprehend. Perhaps the greatest lesson we can learn from the study of ley lines is the recognition that the Earth is not simply a passive backdrop for human activity. The Earth is a living, breathing organism, full of energy and vitality, and we are intimately connected to it. The ancients, with their understanding of sacred geometry, energy, and the forces that shape the world, knew something that we have forgotten: that the Earth is alive with power, and that by aligning ourselves with its energies, we can achieve greater harmony, balance, and understanding. As we continue to explore the mysteries of ley lines, we may find that the key to unlocking a deeper connection with the Earth and the universe lies in rediscovering this ancient knowledge. And in doing so, we may uncover not only the secrets of the past, but the potential for a new future, one where humanity lives in greater harmony with the living forces of the Earth. As we continue to explore the mysteries of ley lines and the hidden energetic pathways crisscrossing our planet, we begin to delve deeper into the role these lines may have played in shaping human history. These invisible forces, long considered the domain of the spiritual and metaphysical, may have been far more influential than we could ever imagine. If the ley lines were not just random occurrences but intentional pathways designed to harness the Earth's energies, then the very foundations of human civilization may have been built upon a system of knowledge that we have only begun to understand. What if these energy lines weren't just markers of sacred sites, but active conduits for power and transformation? Could it be that the ancients, in their wisdom, understood the forces at play beneath their feet in ways that modern science has yet to grasp? Throughout history, the belief that certain locations on Earth possess extraordinary power has been a common thread running through many cultures. From the sacred mountains of Tibet to the mysterious stone circles of Europe, from the temples of India to the ancient pyramids of Egypt, humanity has consistently revered certain places as more than mere geographical features. These sites, often positioned at the confluence of natural forces, were thought to be portals between the physical and spiritual worlds, places where the veil between the two realms was thinner, allowing for greater access to divine energies. But were these sacred places really just built in locations that were conveniently located for human use? Or were they specifically chosen because they sat at the intersections of ley lines, the Earth's unseen energetic network? In many ancient cultures, the Earth was not viewed as a lifeless rock but as a living, breathing entity. The Greeks had Gaia, the Earth goddess, representing the planet's life force, while the Native Americans spoke of Mother Earth, a spirit whose energies flowed through all living things. These cultures understood the Earth as an interconnected web of life, with energy flowing through the land, animals, plants, and even the air itself. What's striking about these ancient belief systems is the consistent theme that energy, whether called chi, prana, or spirit, was not just confined to the human body but flowed through the very fabric of the Earth. They believed that if one could harmonize with the natural flow of this energy, they could tap into its power, achieving physical and spiritual well-being. In ancient Egypt, the pyramids were not merely monumental tombs, but were considered to be energy conduits, structures designed to harness the natural forces of the Earth and focus them into a single, potent force. The Great Pyramid of Giza, for example, is aligned with such remarkable precision to the cardinal directions that its builders must have understood the Earth's energetic properties in ways that still baffle modern scholars. Beyond the architectural precision, the shape of the pyramid itself was thought to amplify and focus energy. Researchers have suggested that the pyramid's geometric structure was designed to capture and channel electromagnetic energy from the Earth's natural magnetic field, creating a powerful resonating force that could be used for spiritual, healing, or even technological purposes. If this theory is correct, the pyramids may have been more than just religious symbols or tombs for pharaohs. They could have been instruments of ancient power, capable of manipulating the very forces of the Earth itself. Similarly, the ancient city of Teotihuacan in Mexico, with its monumental pyramids and city layout, appears to be in intentional alignment with the Earth's energies. The Pyramid of the Sun, for example, is strategically positioned to align with the sun's path, capturing its light and energy in ways that seem to echo the practices of ancient Egypt. But it is not only the sun that the city seems to interact with. it is also the forces of the earth. Researchers have speculated that the placement of the pyramids, in relation to the Earth's natural energy fields, may have been designed to create a harmonious interaction between the celestial and terrestrial forces. Teotihuacan, like the Egyptian pyramids, may have been a place where the Earth's energies were consciously harnessed, using the landscape itself as a tool for spiritual and physical transformation. In Europe, the mysterious stone circles of the Druids, such as Stonehenge, further point to the belief that certain locations on Earth are imbued with special energy. These megalithic structures were built with great care, aligning with the solstices, lunar cycles, and other celestial events. Stonehenge, in particular, seems to function as more than just a calendar. It is thought to be an energy generator, amplifying the forces of the Earth and harnessing the power of the cosmos. The stones themselves, massive and carefully placed, are believed to resonate with the Earth's electromagnetic energy, creating a powerful field of energy that could have been used for healing, rituals, and perhaps even communication with other realms. The fact that these ancient peoples chose to align their sacred sites with the natural energy of the Earth suggests that they understood the power of place in a way that modern society has yet to fully grasp. Even in the Americas, sacred sites such as Machu Picchu in Peru are thought to be aligned with the Earth's energy grid. Built by the Inca civilization, Machu Picchu is a marvel of engineering, its layout and positioning appearing to interact with the forces of the land. The site is strategically located on a mountain ridge, which not only provides dramatic views but also aligns with certain astronomical and geomagnetic features. It's thought that the Inca, much like the Egyptians and the Maya, built their temples and cities with an intimate understanding of the Earth's energetic properties. The positioning of Machu Picchu, in relation to ley lines or similar energy pathways, may have been chosen to harmonize with the natural forces of the Earth, creating a place of power where spiritual, physical, and cosmic energies converged. These ancient examples suggest that the belief in ley lines and the Earth's energetic pathways was not confined to one culture or one period of history. Instead, it seems to be a universal concept, deeply embedded in the spiritual practices of humanity. From the pyramids of Egypt to the stone circles of Britain, from the temples of Teotihuacan to the sacred sites of the Inca, these cultures recognized that certain locations on Earth were endowed with a special energy, an energy that could be harnessed for healing, spiritual growth, and even technological advancements. But as time passed and civilizations evolved, much of this knowledge was lost. The rise of scientific thought, with its emphasis on rationality and materialism, began to overshadow the spiritual and metaphysical understanding of the world. Over time, the concept of ley lines, once regarded as a vital part of human understanding, became relegated to the fringes of occultism and mysticism. Yet, even in the modern world, there remains an undercurrent of belief in the power of sacred sites and energy lines. New Age spiritualists, geomancers, and researchers continue to explore the possibility that ley lines represent a hidden network of energy that still affects the world today. One of the most fascinating aspects of ley lines is that they seem to persist, even in the face of centuries of change and development. Despite the advances in technology, the building of cities, and the reshaping of landscapes, certain places still seem to resonate with a powerful, invisible energy. Some modern researchers have even suggested that ley lines may correspond to natural features of the Earth's magnetic field, creating zones of heightened electromagnetic activity that influence everything from human health to plant growth. In this view, ley lines are not just cultural relics, but active, dynamic forces that continue to shape our world. Some theorists argue that the study of ley lines could offer a new perspective on ancient technologies that were not based on material science as we know it, but on an understanding of the Earth's energetic fields. Could it be that ancient civilizations were able to harness these fields to achieve feats of construction, healing, and even communication that we would consider impossible today? The idea that the ancients possessed technologies based on the manipulation of natural forces raises fascinating questions about the true nature of human progress and the potential for rediscovery in the future. At the heart of the ley line mystery lies the question of whether we, as a modern society, are connected to these ancient energies in ways we do not fully understand. Despite our technological advancements and scientific achievements, there is still much we do not know about the forces that shape our world. Could it be that we are living in a world of energy flows, both visible and invisible, that influence our lives in ways we have yet to comprehend? And if so, how might the rediscovery of ley lines and the energies they represent change our understanding of the world and our place within it? The concept of ley lines offers a tantalizing glimpse into a world of interconnectedness, where the physical and spiritual realms are not separate but intricately woven together. As we continue to explore these hidden pathways, we may find that the boundaries between the natural, the mystical, and the scientific are not as rigid as we once believed. Perhaps, in the study of ley lines, we are not just uncovering the secrets of the past, but also discovering the potential for a deeper, more harmonious future. One where humanity reconnects with the ancient wisdom of the earth and harnesses its energies for the benefit of all. As we stand on the edge of this mystery, the question remains, what will we do with the knowledge we uncover? And what if the Earth's hidden energies, long concealed, are waiting to be awakened once more? The mysteries of the Earth's energetic pathways, often referred to as ley lines, have fascinated humanity for centuries. These invisible networks, believed to traverse the globe, are thought to link significant sites and monuments across time and space. While many of these ancient constructions, from the Great Pyramids to the megalithic stone circles of Europe, align with celestial events and natural features, the question remains, what role do these ley lines truly play in the greater scheme of our existence? What if these ley lines are not merely symbolic markers or places of spiritual significance, but represent a deeper, more profound relationship between humanity and the earth itself? The concept of ley lines challenges us to reconsider our understanding of the Earth's role in shaping human history. For much of modern history, humanity has viewed the planet as a passive backdrop to human activity. The Earth was something to be molded, exploited, and understood through the lens of science and reason. But the idea of ley lines invites us to think differently, to consider the Earth not as a lifeless object but as a living organism, alive with energy, power, and purpose. The possibility that certain locations on Earth are imbued with special energy, aligning with natural forces like the Earth's magnetic fields, is not just a spiritual concept. It is a scientific one as well. Researchers in various fields, from geomagnetism to geobiology, have begun to study the ways in which the Earth's natural energy systems influence human life. It is intriguing to consider that ancient cultures, long before the advent of modern technology and science, may have possessed an understanding of the Earth's energetic properties that we are only beginning to rediscover. The alignment of sacred sites, temples, and monuments with these supposed ley lines is not merely a coincidence. It suggests a level of knowledge that transcends the intellectual capacity of these ancient societies, knowledge that was passed down through generations as part of a collective human heritage. The idea that ancient people were aware of the Earth's energy grid and consciously built their cities, temples, and sacred sites along these lines challenges the conventional narrative of human history. The Egyptians, for example, did not simply build the Great Pyramid of Giza as a tomb for the pharaoh. The precision with which the pyramid is aligned to the cardinal points suggests a deep understanding of the Earth's forces. Researchers have proposed that the pyramid's construction may have been a way to tap into and harness the Earth's energy, using the geometric shape of the pyramid itself as a means to amplify and direct these forces. The ancient Egyptians, then, may have understood that certain places on Earth were more energetically potent than others, and they sought to align their most important structures with these energy pathways. Similarly, the ancient Druids of Britain and Europe built their stone circles, such as Stonehenge, in alignment with the sun, moon, and stars. But what if these stone circles were more than just astronomical observatories or places of worship? What if they were designed to tap into the Earth's energy grid, amplifying the natural forces that flowed through the land? The Druids, like the Egyptians, may have known how to work with these energies, using the stones to create a resonance or vibration that enhanced the spiritual, physical, or even healing properties of the site. This idea suggests that the ley lines were not just symbolic or mystical in nature, they were practical tools that could be used to interact with the Earth's energetic systems. The connection between ley lines and sacred sites is not limited to the ancient world. In more recent history, some researchers have observed that the world's most famous cities and landmarks, such as Paris, Washington, D.C., and Mecca are located on or near ley lines, suggesting that even in the modern world, there may be a hidden network of energy influencing the development of human civilization. These cities, often seen as cultural and political centers, may be sitting at the intersections of powerful energy pathways that have shaped their growth and development. This theory proposes that the locations of these cities were not chosen purely for their geographical advantages, but because they were in alignment with the Earth's energy grid, enabling the human inhabitants of these places to tap into a force far greater than themselves. The idea that certain cities and locations are imbued with special energy suggests that the ley lines are not just theoretical or mystical constructs, but may have a tangible, measurable impact on human consciousness and physical health. Research in the fields of geobiology and geomancy has suggested that the Earth's natural electromagnetic fields can influence biological systems, including human beings. It is thought that these energy fields can affect everything from plant growth to human moods, behavior, and health. If this is the case, then ley lines may represent a network of energy currents that flow through the Earth, creating zones of heightened energy that impact the people living in those areas. These zones, where ley lines intersect, may be places of healing, creativity, or spiritual awakening, offering those who are attuned to them the ability to tap into the Earth's natural power. It is also worth considering that the ley lines, by connecting sacred sites, may represent more than just physical pathways. If the Earth's energy grid is indeed a real and measurable phenomenon, then the ley lines may serve as symbolic channels through which humanity can access higher levels of consciousness. Throughout history, many cultures have believed that certain places on Earth were portals to the divine, sites where the spiritual realm could be accessed more easily. These places were often associated with the mysteries of life, death, and the cosmos, and they were thought to hold the power to connect humanity with the divine. By aligning sacred sites with these ley lines, the ancients may have been attempting to create pathways for spiritual growth and enlightenment, places where human beings could access higher states of awareness. In modern times, the study of ley lines often intersects with the study of consciousness and spirituality. Many spiritual seekers believe that by meditating or performing rituals at certain locations on the ley lines, they can tap into the Earth's energy and experience a heightened sense of connection with the planet and the universe. These practices, rooted in the traditions of geomancy, feng shui, and other spiritual systems, suggest that the Earth's energy is not just something to be measured or understood scientifically. It is a force to be experienced, felt, and worked with on a personal level. Whether through prayer, meditation, or ritual, people have long sought to align themselves with the Earth's natural forces, using these energies to achieve healing, insight, or spiritual transformation. At the same time, the modern world's growing awareness of environmentalism and sustainability can be seen as an extension of the ancient understanding of the Earth's energy. In a sense, the modern environmental movement is a recognition that the Earth is not just a passive resource to be exploited, but a living system that requires respect and care. Just as the ancients understood that certain places on Earth held special power, so too do modern environmentalists believe that the health of the Earth's ecosystems is essential to the well-being of all living things. There is a growing recognition that we must learn to live in harmony with the planet, rather than attempting to control or dominate it. In this sense, the study of ley lines may not only offer insight into the past but could also serve as a guide for the future. As we continue to explore the Earth's energetic pathways, we may find that there is much more to the planet than meets the eye. The concept of ley lines invites us to think beyond the physical world and consider the possibility that the Earth's energy flows influence our lives in ways we cannot fully comprehend. Whether through scientific inquiry or spiritual practices, the exploration of ley lines challenges us to reimagine our relationship with the planet and to recognize the deep, interconnected energies that bind us to the Earth. Perhaps the true power of the ley lines lies not in their ability to shape the physical world, but in their capacity to shape the way we see ourselves and our place within the larger cosmic order. The ley lines, like the ancient sacred sites they connect, may serve as reminders that we are not isolated from the Earth and the universe but are deeply interconnected with all of life. By rediscovering the wisdom of the ancients and tapping into the Earth's energetic network, we may find new ways to live in harmony with the planet and each other. In doing so, we could unlock not only the secrets of the past but the potential for a more enlightened and sustainable future. one in which humanity aligns itself with the natural forces of the Earth and becomes a true steward of the planet's energies. The study of ley lines, then, may be more than just an intellectual exercise. It could be a path to a deeper, more profound understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. The idea of ley lines connecting sacred sites across the globe introduces a fascinating aspect of human history. The possibility that these ancient pathways were not merely geographical curiosities, but were part of a larger, more intricate web of energy and meaning that transcended cultures and time periods. What if these invisible currents of energy still flow beneath our feet today, influencing the places we live, the cities we build, and the paths we take? The idea that certain locations on Earth have special energetic properties, qualities that can be tapped into and harnessed, has been part of human belief systems for millennia. Yet, as science has advanced, these ideas have often been dismissed as superstition or mythology. However, the more we explore the connections between ancient sites, natural phenomena, and human consciousness, the more the line between science and mysticism begins to blur. To begin understanding the significance of ley lines in ancient history, it's important to recognize that the concept of sacred geography was central to many ancient civilizations. The notion that the Earth itself possesses a grid of energy pathways was not foreign to the builders of megalithic structures or the creators of the great temples and cities of the ancient world. In fact, it could be argued that these ancient peoples may have been far more attuned to the Earth's energies than we are today. The very layout of their cities, temples, and sacred sites suggests a deep understanding of the Earth's natural rhythms and forces. These ancient cultures seem to know that certain places, especially those located along ley lines, held special power. They knew that these areas were not only sacred in a spiritual sense but also in a physical and energetic one. Consider, for example, the ancient city of Angkor Wat in Cambodia. This sprawling complex, which was once the largest religious monument in the world, is positioned in such a way that it aligns with astronomical and geomagnetic phenomena. The layout of the city is thought to mirror the cosmic order, and its structures are deliberately placed to tap into the natural flow of energy from the Earth. This suggests that the builders of Angkor Wat were not simply constructing a grand temple for religious purposes. They were aligning the site with the Earth's natural energy grid, creating a place where the spiritual and physical worlds could interact in harmony. The city's design may have been carefully crafted to amplify the energies of the Earth, making it a powerful center of both spiritual and physical vitality. Similarly, the Great Pyramid of Giza, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, is aligned with such precision to the cardinal directions that it challenges the limits of ancient engineering. Some researchers argue that the alignment of the pyramid is not just a coincidence but rather a conscious attempt to harness the Earth's natural forces. The pyramid's shape itself, its pointed apex reaching toward the heavens, could have been designed to focus and direct energy from the Earth's core into the spiritual realm above. It is a powerful symbol of the ancient Egyptians' understanding of the relationship between the Earth, the cosmos, and human consciousness. By aligning their most sacred structures with the Earth's energetic pathways, the Egyptians may have been tapping into a source of power far beyond what we typically think of as human knowledge or technology. The concept of ley lines extends beyond the boundaries of any one culture, and this universal connection to the Earth's energetic grid suggests that ancient civilizations across the world may have shared an understanding of the Earth's power. The Maya, for instance, built their great cities and temples in alignment with the stars and the Earth's natural forces. The city of Teotihuacan in modern-day Mexico is another example of this phenomenon. Its grand pyramids, aligned with the sun and moon, seem to suggest that the city was designed not only as a spiritual center, but also as a place where the energy of the Earth could be harnessed for greater purposes. The layout of Teotihuacan, like that of Angkor Wat and the Great Pyramid, hints at a deliberate attempt to create a harmonious interaction between the human world and the Earth's natural energy. It is impossible to ignore the similarities in the way these ancient civilizations designed their sacred sites. Whether in Egypt, Mesoamerica, or Southeast Asia, these cultures appear to have intuitively understood the significance of aligning their most important structures with the Earth's energy. But was this knowledge passed down through generations, or was it rediscovered by each civilization independently? The similarities between these ancient sites suggest that there may have been a shared knowledge of the Earth's energy grid, knowledge that transcended cultural boundaries and could have been passed along through trade, migration, or even a common ancient heritage. As we look at the modern world, it's easy to assume that our understanding of the Earth's energies has surpassed that of our ancient ancestors. After all, we have made tremendous advances in technology, medicine, and science. Yet, in some ways, we have lost touch with the very thing that sustained these ancient cultures, the Earth's natural energies. Modern urban development, with its sprawling cities, roads, and infrastructure, often ignores the natural flow of energy that once defined ancient landscapes. But there are those who believe that, despite our technological progress, the energy of the Earth is still very much alive, and that certain places on Earth, especially those located along ley lines, are still imbued with special properties. This is where the modern study of ley lines intersects with the growing interest in alternative health practices and the quest for greater well-being. Throughout history, people have traveled to sacred sites in the belief that the energy of these locations could heal, rejuvenate, or enhance their spiritual awareness. The idea that certain places on Earth possess a unique vibrational frequency, capable of affecting the mind, body, and spirit, is a concept that has gained increasing attention in recent years. Many people report feeling a profound sense of peace, clarity, or inspiration when they visit sacred sites like Stonehenge, the Great Pyramid, or Machu Picchu. It is as though these places resonate with an energy that is felt on a deep, intuitive level. Whether or not one believes in the metaphysical properties of ley lines, the human experience at these sites cannot be easily dismissed. There seems to be a palpable, often transformative energy in these locations, a force that continues to shape our lives, our health, and our spiritual journeys. At the same time, there is a growing movement within the scientific community to explore the idea that the Earth's energetic fields may have a more tangible, measurable impact on human health than previously thought. Research into geobiology, which studies the interaction between living organisms and the Earth's electromagnetic fields, suggests that certain places on Earth may indeed have a unique energy that can affect our biological systems. The Earth's magnetic field, which protects us from solar radiation, is a well-known example of the planet's energetic forces. But there may be other, more subtle forces at play as well, influencing our emotional states, our mental clarity, and even our physical well-being. In this sense, the study of ley lines could provide valuable insights into how our environments impact our health and consciousness. In a way, the study of ley lines offers a bridge between the ancient and modern worlds. It challenges the assumption that ancient knowledge was primitive or superstitious, and it invites us to reconsider the wisdom of those who came before us. Could it be that the ancient civilizations, with their deep connection to the Earth and the cosmos, were more in tune with the planet's natural forces than we are today? Could the ley lines be the key to rediscovering a deeper, more harmonious relationship with the Earth? The idea that ley lines represent a hidden network of energy pathways beneath our feet suggests that there is much more to the Earth than meets the eye. These lines may not be visible in the traditional sense, but their effects are real. Whether through the alignment of ancient monuments, the heightened energy of sacred sites, or the subtle influence on our consciousness, the ley lines seem to serve as a reminder that the Earth is alive with energy. The more we explore these hidden pathways, the more we may uncover about our place in the universe, the interconnectedness of all things, and the powerful forces that shape our lives. The study of ley lines is not just an intellectual exercise. It is a call to reconnect with the Earth on a deeper level. It is an invitation to rediscover the ancient wisdom that recognizes the Earth as a living, breathing organism, full of energy and life. As we continue to explore these mysterious lines, we may find that the answers to some of our most profound questions lie not in the realm of technology or science, but in the quiet energy of the Earth itself. And in rediscovering this energy, we may come to realize that we are not separate from the Earth, but an integral part of the web of life that spans the planet and the cosmos. As we continue to explore the possible existence of ley lines and their potential influence on human history, it becomes increasingly clear that the notion of these energetic pathways is more than just a relic of ancient mythology or fringe theories. What if the concept of ley lines is not only a metaphorical or spiritual idea but a tangible, measurable phenomenon? Could the paths that ancient civilizations intentionally chose to build their monuments and temples upon be connected to something more profound than just superstition? To answer these questions, we must shift our perspective and delve into the realms where science and mysticism collide, attempting to reconcile the ancient understanding of the Earth's energies with the modern scientific world. The ancient belief in sacred sites, energy fields, and invisible forces that shape the world around us has been a constant throughout human history. From the stone circles of the British Isles to the ziggurats of Mesopotamia, from the pyramids of Egypt to the temples of South America, countless ancient cultures shared a reverence for specific places that seemed to hold unusual power. These sacred places were often aligned with the heavens, with the positions of the stars, the sun, and the moon. But could there be something more to this alignment, something beyond spiritual or religious significance? Could these sacred sites be linked to the Earth's natural energy grid, a vast network of energetic lines that traverses the planet in an intricate pattern? And could these ley lines still be influencing human civilization today? When we consider the question of why certain locations seem to exert such a strong pull on human consciousness, the idea of ley lines offers a compelling explanation. The very concept of sacred geography, understanding the Earth as a living organism imbued with natural forces, appears to be a universal thread woven through the tapestry of human history. Across cultures, civilizations, and continents, we see the same patterns emerging. The building of sacred sites along specific, often hidden, locations where powerful forces seem to converge. Whether through alignment with astronomical events, the physical features of the landscape, or more mysterious energetic pathways, the ancient understanding of the Earth's energies seems to be a common thread that ties many of these cultures together. Take, for example, the Great Pyramids of Giza. This ancient wonder, which has captivated the minds of historians, archaeologists, and scientists for centuries, is not only an architectural marvel but also a geometric and energetic one. The pyramids are aligned with remarkable precision to the cardinal directions: north, south, east, and west. Some researchers suggest that this alignment was not simply a matter of geographical convenience, but a deliberate attempt to harness the Earth's natural energies. It is believed that the shape of the pyramid itself, with its sharp, upward-reaching apex, could amplify energy, creating a resonating effect that aligned the structure with the cosmic forces of the universe. In this view, the pyramids were not merely tombs but powerful energy conductors, drawing from the Earth's natural magnetic fields and the cosmos itself to enhance their sacred properties. Similarly, the ancient city of Teotihuacan in Mexico is another example of a site that may have been consciously aligned with the Earth's energy fields. The layout of the city and its monumental pyramids, particularly the Pyramid of the Sun, is thought to be connected to celestial events such as the solstices and equinoxes. Like the pyramids of Egypt, the pyramids at Teotihuacan may have been built not only for religious or political purposes but also to tap into the Earth's energy grid. Some theorists suggest that the city was built in such a way that it could harness and amplify the Earth's electromagnetic fields, creating an environment that facilitated spiritual awakening and transformation for its inhabitants. The intentional placement of these structures along the ley lines would have made Teotihuacan a powerful center of energy, one where the human consciousness could be heightened and attuned to the cosmic forces of the Earth. The study of ley lines is not limited to ancient civilizations. In fact, many modern cities and landmarks around the world seem to be located along these invisible energy pathways. Take Paris, for instance. The famous landmarks of the city, such as the Notre Dame Cathedral, the Louvre Museum, and the Arc de Triomphe, are said to form part of a grand energy grid that aligns with certain astronomical and geophysical phenomena. Some researchers believe that the location of Paris was intentionally chosen for its proximity to powerful ley lines, and that the energy of the land influenced the development of the city. The alignment of Paris with other sacred sites, such as the megalithic stones of Brittany and the ancient temples of Egypt, suggests that there may be an underlying pattern of energetic flow that has guided the construction of cities and monuments throughout history. Could it be that modern Paris is still influenced by the ancient energy pathways of the Earth? And if so, what does that mean for the cities of the future? The idea that certain locations on Earth are imbued with special energetic properties is not a new one. In fact, the concept of sacred geography has existed in many cultures for thousands of years. In China, the practice of feng shui has long been used to align buildings, homes, and cities with the natural flow of energy. Feng shui practitioners believe that the placement of buildings and structures can have a profound effect on the health, wealth, and happiness of the inhabitants, depending on how well they align with the Earth's natural energy grid. Similarly, in the traditions of geomancy, practitioners have used the Earth's energy fields to determine the best locations for building structures, laying out cities, and establishing sacred sites. The belief that the Earth's energies can be harnessed and manipulated for human benefit is deeply rooted in many ancient cultures, suggesting that there may be more to the idea of ley lines than meets the eye. In recent years, the study of geomagnetism has begun to shed light on the possible connection between ley lines and the Earth's magnetic fields. The Earth's magnetic field, which protects us from harmful solar radiation, is a well-documented phenomenon that is essential to life on our planet. However, what is less well known is the potential for other, more subtle magnetic fields to influence the environment. Some researchers suggest that these magnetic fields may align with the ley lines, creating zones of heightened electromagnetic activity. These zones could be places of power, where human beings are more attuned to the natural energies of the Earth. The idea that ley lines correspond to magnetic anomalies or geomagnetic hotspots raises fascinating possibilities for further research, and could provide a scientific framework for understanding the energetic properties of sacred sites and ancient monuments. While the idea of ley lines may seem abstract or speculative, the concept has gained increasing attention in the realms of alternative science, energy medicine, and spiritual practices. Many people who have visited sacred sites along ley lines report experiencing profound shifts in consciousness or physical well-being. Whether through meditation, prayer, or simply being in the presence of these ancient structures, individuals have reported feeling a deep sense of connection to the Earth, the cosmos, and their own inner selves. Some believe that these experiences are a direct result of the Earth's energy fields, which can interact with the human body in ways that are not yet fully understood. In this sense, the study of ley lines is not just about uncovering ancient mysteries, but about exploring the potential for healing, spiritual growth, and transformation that these energy pathways may offer. At the heart of the ley line phenomenon lies the idea that the Earth is a living, breathing organism, full of energy and vitality. Just as the human body has energy centers, chakras, that govern the flow of life force, so too does the Earth have its own energy centers or vortexes that connect the land to the cosmos. The ley lines may be the pathways through which this energy flows, linking the Earth's energy centers and creating a network of spiritual, physical, and emotional influence. The ancient peoples who built their sacred sites along these lines may have understood this connection intuitively, using the natural energies of the Earth to enhance their spiritual practices, heal their bodies, and align themselves with the cosmic forces of the universe. Could it be that, in our modern world, we are rediscovering the lost knowledge of these ancient energy systems? The study of ley lines challenges us to rethink our relationship with the Earth and the forces that govern our world. In an age where technology and materialism dominate much of our lives, the idea that invisible forces, whether magnetic, energetic, or spiritual, continue to shape our world is both humbling and awe-inspiring. The ley lines, as proposed by theorists and researchers, suggest that the Earth is not just a passive backdrop to human existence, but an active, dynamic force, constantly influencing the way we live, think, and feel. As we continue to investigate these hidden pathways, we may discover that the Earth's energy grid holds secrets that are not only crucial to our past, but also to our future. The rediscovery of ley lines and their potential influence on human civilization is not just an academic exercise. It has the power to transform the way we live and interact with the world around us. By learning to tune into the Earth's energies and harmonize with the natural flow of energy, we may find new ways to live in balance with the planet. Whether through the construction of future cities, the healing practices of energy medicine, or the spiritual practices that have long been associated with sacred sites, the study of ley lines could offer a new paradigm for human development, one that recognizes the Earth as a living, energetic being and invites us to reconnect with the energies that sustain all life on this planet. As we explore the world of ley lines and their potential power, it becomes clear that this ancient knowledge may hold the key to understanding the deeper mysteries of existence. Whether or not the ley lines are a physical reality, they serve as a powerful metaphor for the interconnectedness of all life. They remind us that the Earth is alive with energy, and that we, as human beings, are not separate from the planet, but an integral part of the living web that spans the Earth and the cosmos. The exploration of ley lines, once considered an obscure and mystical subject, has gradually evolved into a fascinating area of inquiry that merges history, geography, spirituality, and even science. As we look further into the concept, it becomes clear that the study of these mysterious energy pathways may hold much more significance than initially thought. If ley lines are not mere figments of imagination or unfounded superstitions, but represent actual energetic pathways traversing our planet, then the implications of this discovery could reshape how we view human history, the development of ancient cultures, and our very relationship with the Earth itself. To begin with, it's essential to understand that the concept of ley lines is far from a modern invention. The belief in sacred geographies, places imbued with special powers due to their alignment with celestial bodies or natural forces, has been central to countless ancient civilizations. These beliefs were not merely religious or philosophical, but were deeply embedded in practical aspects of daily life. In ancient times, people didn't simply choose the locations for their cities, temples, and monuments based on convenience or defense. They also considered the spiritual and energetic properties of the land. They intuitively understood that the places they inhabited were not just physical spaces, but were connected to forces beyond their immediate understanding. From this perspective, ley lines could represent more than just lines on a map. They could be the hidden veins through which the Earth's vital energies flow, guiding the flow of civilization itself. Take, for example, the ancient civilizations of Mesopotamia. The great ziggurats, like those in Ur or Babylon, were not merely temples. They were massive structures designed to channel divine energy. Their construction was based on careful knowledge of the land and the heavens. These towering step structures were built to align with celestial events, and by doing so, they became conduits for spiritual and physical energy. The ancient Mesopotamians believed that the Earth was imbued with life force, and that by aligning their sacred structures with the stars and the Earth's natural energies, they could tap into and amplify that force. This idea was not confined to the builders of ziggurats but extended to other sacred sites around the world. Whether in the grand temples of Egypt or the stone circles of Britain, these structures often seem to follow a specific alignment to the stars or the Earth's natural forces, as though they were designed to channel energies that went beyond the immediate physical realm. The idea of energy channels connecting sacred places becomes even more compelling when we consider the careful alignment of certain structures to the cardinal points, north, south, east, and west. This precision suggests that ancient builders had an intimate understanding of the Earth's energetic grid, an understanding that was somehow lost to later generations. The Great Pyramids of Egypt are perhaps the most famous example of this precise alignment. They are not merely monumental tombs. They are considered to be finely tuned structures, designed to harmonize with the Earth's magnetic field and its natural energy flows. The builders of the pyramids may have intentionally placed the pyramids at specific points on the Earth's surface, where these energy flows converged. This theory raises the intriguing possibility that the Egyptians were not only utilizing the Earth's energies, but were also aware of the role these energies could play in their spiritual practices. However, the concept of ley lines is not confined to the pyramids of Egypt or the ziggurats of Mesopotamia. Similar alignments can be found across the globe. The stone circles of the British Isles, such as Stonehenge, are another example of this ancient understanding of sacred geography. Stonehenge, often considered a monumental mystery, is aligned with the solstices and lunar cycles. Its stones are placed in such a way that they seem to interact with the Earth's natural forces, amplifying the energy of the land. Could it be that Stonehenge was not only a place for astronomical observation but also a spiritual and energetic center, a place where people could connect with the Earth's ley lines? If so, the importance of these sacred sites goes beyond religious rituals. They could have served as focal points for harnessing the Earth's energy, elevating the human experience to a higher plane. The exploration of ley lines isn't limited to the ancient world. In modern times, people continue to search for these invisible pathways, believing that their discovery could unlock hidden knowledge about the Earth and humanity's place within it. The belief in ley lines has been especially prevalent in New Age spiritual circles, where it is thought that these energy pathways can be used for healing, spiritual awakening, and personal transformation. The idea is that by aligning oneself with the Earth's natural energy fields, individuals can tap into a source of vitality and strength that transcends the mundane, everyday world. Just as the ancients once sought to align their temples and cities with the Earth's energy, modern seekers believe they can achieve balance and healing by visiting sacred sites located along ley lines. But how do ley lines fit into the context of modern scientific inquiry? The idea of ley lines, though often relegated to the realms of mysticism and the paranormal, has not gone unnoticed by scientists. While mainstream science tends to dismiss the idea of ley lines as fanciful thinking, a growing number of researchers are beginning to explore the possibility that there is a scientific basis for the existence of these energy pathways. Some have pointed to the alignment of certain ancient sites as evidence that the Earth's energy fields may be real. For example, the fact that many ancient monuments and cities are placed along seemingly invisible lines on the Earth's surface could be interpreted as an indication that these sites were strategically located to interact with the Earth's natural magnetic fields. It's possible that the ancient builders of these sites had a profound, intuitive understanding of the Earth's energy, even if they didn't have the scientific tools to measure it in the way that we can today. One of the most interesting modern studies related to ley lines involves the Earth's electromagnetic fields. The planet is surrounded by a complex network of magnetic fields, many of which are influenced by the sun's solar winds and the Earth's molten core. These electromagnetic fields are known to affect everything from the movement of ocean currents to the behavior of animals, plants, and even humans. Some researchers have hypothesized that ley lines may represent areas where these magnetic fields converge or interact, creating pockets of heightened energy. If this theory is correct, then the places where ley lines intersect, such as sacred sites and ancient monuments, could be energy hotspots, areas where the Earth's magnetic fields create unique energetic environments that influence the surrounding landscape. In addition to geomagnetic fields, another important aspect of the ley line phenomenon is the concept of geobiology, the study of the Earth's influence on living organisms. Some researchers in this field believe that the Earth's energy grid can have a measurable impact on human health, well-being, and behavior. For example, it's been suggested that certain areas along ley lines may have a more positive effect on health and vitality, while other areas could have a negative impact, leading to conditions such as fatigue or illness. The idea is that the electromagnetic fields associated with ley lines could influence the human body in much the same way they affect animals and plants. This is an area of research that remains speculative, but it raises intriguing questions about the relationship between our bodies and the Earth's natural forces. In the spiritual and metaphysical realms, ley lines are often associated with concepts like energy healing and personal transformation. Practitioners believe that by meditating or performing rituals at sacred sites along ley lines, they can tap into the Earth's energy and achieve spiritual enlightenment, physical healing, or personal growth. Some people even claim to experience profound, life-changing transformations after visiting these sites, reporting a sense of peace, clarity, or connection to something larger than themselves. While these experiences are subjective and difficult to measure scientifically, they suggest that there may be something to the idea that these locations are imbued with special energy. Whether this energy is spiritual, physical, or psychological in nature remains a matter of debate, but the fact that so many individuals report similar experiences at sacred sites indicates that there is a force at work beyond the realm of coincidence. The idea of ley lines, then, offers an exciting opportunity for cross-disciplinary research. By combining the knowledge of archaeologists, historians, geologists, and spiritual practitioners, we may be able to uncover deeper truths about the Earth's energy system and its connection to human history. While there is much still to be discovered, the search for ley lines and their influence on our lives could yield profound insights into the relationship between the Earth, humanity, and the cosmos. Whether we are exploring the ancient wonders of the world or contemplating the future of our cities, The idea of ley lines challenges us to reconsider our place in the world and our connection to the energy that flows through the earth. Could it be that the Earth's ley lines are not just relics of the past, but living pathways that continue to shape our destiny? Only time will tell, but the search for these energy grids may lead to a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the grand scheme of things. As we look to the future, it's clear that the study of ley lines offers more than just a way to uncover hidden histories or ancient mysteries. It offers us a glimpse into a future where we are more connected to the Earth, more in tune with the natural energies that sustain all life. Whether through scientific research or spiritual exploration, the ley lines beckon us to rediscover our connection to the planet and to recognize that, perhaps, the greatest mysteries of our world are not in the stars above us, but in the earth beneath our feet. The enduring fascination with ley lines is driven not only by their mysterious nature, but also by their potential to explain an intricate relationship between humanity, the earth, and the cosmos. As more people seek to understand these invisible, energetic pathways that stretch across the planet, it becomes increasingly clear that the ley line phenomenon speaks to something far deeper than just ancient architecture or forgotten rituals. Ley lines are more than a series of connected points on a map. They could represent an untapped energy grid, an enduring force of nature, subtly influencing human history and spiritual practices. But what if the deeper significance of ley lines lies not in their mere physical connections, but in the way they shape human consciousness, our collective psyche, and the broader narrative of our civilization? The earliest stories about ley lines, particularly those that emerged in the 1920s, depicted them as mystical, almost magical currents of energy that could enhance spiritual power and deepen one's understanding of the universe. These stories often relied on the idea that there was an ancient network of lines that not only connected sacred sites and ancient structures, but also served as channels through which cosmic or spiritual forces flowed. While modern scientific perspectives have largely dismissed such claims as speculative, it would be short-sighted to dismiss them entirely, especially when considering the profound significance of many of these sites. Could it be that the connection between these places was not merely a physical or geographical one, but something tied to the very fabric of reality itself? In order to understand how ley lines might function in this way, we must first revisit the concept of the Earth as a living, energetic organism. This idea, prevalent in many ancient cultures, suggests that the planet is not just a passive object upon which we live, but rather a dynamic, living being that emits and receives energy. Every part of the Earth is interconnected by a vast web of energy currents, some visible and tangible, others hidden beneath the surface. These currents, potentially manifested as ley lines, are thought to shape not only the physical environment, but also the spiritual and emotional lives of human beings. The layout of cities, the construction of temples, and even the alignment of monuments with celestial events were, in this context, not simply a matter of culture, but a conscious effort to tap into or harmonize with the Earth's energetic grid. From this perspective, the belief in ley lines as pathways of energy is more than an antiquated notion. It reflects an ancient understanding of the universe that goes beyond the material and into the metaphysical. For thousands of years, humanity sought to align itself with the natural forces that govern the world. In ancient Egypt, for instance, the pyramids were not only architectural marvels but were built to align with the stars and the Earth's natural forces. This alignment, researchers have suggested, might have been designed to channel specific energy from the earth and sky, enhancing the spiritual power of the pharaohs who were buried within. The Egyptians, along with many other ancient cultures, appeared to have an inherent knowledge of the Earth's energy fields, recognizing that certain locations, certain lines on the map, were imbued with a higher vibrational frequency that could influence the physical and metaphysical world. The legacy of this knowledge is not only found in monumental structures but also in the alignment of cities and entire cultures with the natural world. In ancient China, for example, the principles of feng shui are based on the understanding of how to align human habitats with the natural flow of energy. The practice, which remains influential today, reflects a deep respect for the Earth as a dynamic entity that can be harmonized with. Just as feng shui practitioners strive to position homes, offices, and sacred places in ways that balance the flow of energy, so too did ancient societies build their cities and monuments along ley lines, aware of the spiritual and energetic benefits these alignments could provide. But the question remains, why did ancient cultures seem to possess such an intuitive understanding of the Earth's energetic properties? While modern science has yet to provide a definitive answer, the idea that early humans were in tune with the Earth's natural energy can be linked to their reliance on observation and direct interaction with nature. Unlike today, where technology dominates our understanding of the world, ancient peoples lived in close connection with their environment. They observed the patterns of the stars, the changing of the seasons, and the cycles of the Earth, developing an intimate understanding of the forces that governed the land. The alignment of sacred sites with these natural forces was, in many ways, an attempt to bring order to the chaos of the world. By aligning structures and cities with the Earth's ley lines, these cultures sought to create harmony between humanity and the natural world, a harmonious flow of energy that would bring prosperity, peace, and enlightenment. As we move forward in the study of ley lines, it becomes apparent that these lines are not merely relics of the past, but could hold important lessons for us today. Our modern world, with its sprawling cities, highways, and concrete landscapes, has largely disconnected us from the Earth's natural energies. We have built our civilization on the belief that we can control nature, harnessing its resources for our own benefit. However, as we face increasing environmental challenges and grapple with the disconnection from the natural world, the study of ley lines could provide us with valuable insights into how we might once again align ourselves with the Earth's energies and work in partnership with the planet, rather than against it. It is worth noting that the concept of ley lines has not remained confined to spiritual or mystical traditions. In fact, a growing body of research in the field of geomancy and geobiology is seeking to uncover how the Earth's magnetic fields, energy lines, and natural forces might influence human health, behavior, and well-being. Some studies have suggested that certain areas along ley lines could be hotspots for healing, where the Earth's energy promotes physical and spiritual healing. These energy centers could have far-reaching implications for modern medicine, offering new avenues for treatment and therapy that harmonize with the natural forces of the Earth. Some researchers have even gone so far as to suggest that the energetic properties of the Earth's ley lines may be responsible for many of the unexplained phenomena that occur at sacred sites. For instance, many people who visit ancient monuments along ley lines report experiencing profound spiritual awakenings, enhanced clarity, and even physical healing. It is believed that these experiences are directly linked to the energy of the land, with the ley lines acting as channels through which spiritual and physical energy flows. If this is true, then the ley lines may not only influence the land itself but also have the ability to impact human consciousness in ways that are not yet fully understood. The implications of this theory are profound. If we could identify and map the ley lines of the Earth, it could open up new possibilities for spiritual growth, healing, and human advancement. Imagine a world where cities, communities, and sacred sites were intentionally built and aligned with the Earth's energetic grid, creating a harmonious environment where human beings could thrive both spiritually and physically. Such a world might be one where the flow of energy between the Earth and its inhabitants is balanced and aligned, where we recognize the interconnectedness of all things, and where we live in greater harmony with the planet. However, this vision also raises important questions about the future of humanity and our relationship with the Earth. In the modern world, we have become increasingly detached from the natural environment, focusing more on technological progress and material growth than on spiritual or energetic harmony with the planet. Yet, as we face global challenges like climate change, deforestation, and the depletion of natural resources, there is a growing recognition that we must return to a more balanced relationship with the Earth, one that respects its energies and recognizes its dynamic, living qualities. By studying the ley lines and their potential influence on human life, we may rediscover an ancient wisdom that has been lost or forgotten, a wisdom that could guide us toward a more sustainable and harmonious future. There is also a more profound consideration here. The concept of ley lines speaks to a deeper understanding of the universe and our place within it. Ancient peoples did not simply build monuments for religious purposes. They designed them as conduits for cosmic energy, as gateways between the physical and spiritual worlds. The ley lines may represent more than just a geographical map. They may be part of a larger cosmic blueprint, a map of the interconnectedness between all things. From this perspective, the ley lines become a symbol of the human journey, a reminder that we are not isolated entities, but are part of a vast, interconnected web of energy that spans the Earth and the cosmos. As we continue to study ley lines and their potential impact on human history, society, and consciousness, we are confronted with the question of whether modern humanity is ready to reconnect with this ancient wisdom. Can we overcome the forces of industrialization and modernity that have disconnected us from the Earth? And can we embrace a more holistic, energy-conscious way of living? Whether or not ley lines are tangible, physical entities, their study forces us to confront these questions, and perhaps, in doing so, to rediscover our lost connection with the Earth's energies. In the end, the study of ley lines is more than just an academic pursuit. It's a reminder that humanity is not separate from the Earth, but intimately tied to it. The ley lines, if they truly exist, may be pathways through which we can reconnect with the deeper, unseen forces of the universe. And in this reconnection, we may discover not only the ancient secrets of the past, but the keys to a more harmonious, enlightened future. As we delve deeper into the mysteries surrounding ley lines, we uncover not only the ancient practices tied to these energetic pathways, but also the possibility that their influence extends beyond history into the present and future of human civilization. The fascination with ley lines and their connection to sacred sites, monumental structures, and spiritual practices seems to be grounded in a universal desire to understand the forces that shape our world. The search for these lines, whether we are referring to their physical or metaphysical properties, reveals a profound need to reconnect with the Earth itself, to understand the rhythms of the planet, and to harness its energies in ways that go beyond the conventional, materialistic perspective that dominates modern life. The concept of ley lines is often seen as a bridge between the ancient and modern world. These lines, which some believe stretch across the planet, connect sacred sites, ancient monuments, and places of power. But what are these sacred places, and why did ancient civilizations choose to build their most important structures along these invisible lines? In answering this question, we must first step back and examine the fundamental relationship that human beings have always had with the Earth. In ancient times, our ancestors understood that the Earth was not simply a passive background for human activity. It was a dynamic, living force, full of energy and vitality. The belief in ley lines is tied to this ancient understanding of the planet's energetic systems, where certain locations were seen as possessing heightened power due to their alignment with the Earth's natural forces. Many ancient cultures, from the Egyptians to the Celts, recognized the significance of certain locations on Earth that seemed to vibrate with a unique kind of energy. The pyramids of Egypt, for example, were not merely tombs. They were designed to channel the Earth's energy and align with the stars. Similarly, Stonehenge, the famous megalithic structure in England, is believed to have been built in alignment with both astronomical events and the Earth's energetic flow. These structures were not randomly placed but were intentionally constructed along specific lines that held deep spiritual and energetic significance. The alignment of sacred sites along ley lines could be seen as an attempt to tap into the planet's energy grid, harnessing the power of the Earth to amplify spiritual practices, promote healing, and align with the cosmic forces that governed life on Earth. But why is this so important, and what does it say about the relationship between humanity and the planet? The idea that these sacred sites are connected by ley lines challenges us to rethink our relationship with the Earth. It suggests that ancient civilizations were aware of the energy that flows through the planet and consciously chose to build their most important structures in places where this energy was particularly strong. These sites were not just physical locations but were imbued with spiritual and energetic power, influencing not only the people who lived there but also the broader landscape around them. This understanding of the Earth as a living, breathing entity with its own energetic flows is a concept that seems to transcend time and place, appearing in cultures around the world. In fact, the idea of ley lines and their connection to sacred places is part of a broader, ancient tradition that spans many different cultures. These practices reflect an ancient understanding of the Earth as a living, energetic entity, and they show how deeply connected human beings once were to the rhythms of the planet. The search for ley lines is not merely an academic or archaeological pursuit. It is also deeply personal and spiritual. Many people today are drawn to sacred sites and ancient monuments, seeking to experience the energy of these places for themselves. Whether through meditation, prayer, or simply visiting these sites, individuals often report profound experiences of connection, healing, and spiritual awakening. These experiences suggest that there is something more to these locations than mere geography. They seem to hold a kind of energetic power that affects the human body and mind in ways that are not fully understood. For some, the visit to a sacred site along a ley line is a transformative experience, a moment of deep connection to the earth and to the universe. While many of these experiences are subjective, they raise intriguing questions about the potential for ley lines to influence human consciousness. Could it be that the Earth's energy fields, concentrated in these sacred locations, have the ability to alter our perceptions, heighten our awareness, and even promote physical healing? If so, this would suggest that the Earth's natural energy grid is more than just a theoretical concept. It would be a tangible force that interacts with the human body and mind. This idea aligns with the growing interest in energy medicine, which suggests that the body's energy fields can be influenced by external sources, such as the Earth's electromagnetic fields or the energy found in certain natural environments. The study of ley lines could, therefore, offer valuable insights into the ways in which the Earth's energy can be harnessed for healing, personal growth, and spiritual awakening. At the same time, the exploration of ley lines also raises important questions about the future of human civilization. In a world increasingly dominated by technology and materialism, we have lost much of our connection to the Earth and its natural rhythms. Our cities are built without consideration for the Earth's energy flows, and we have become disconnected from the land that sustains us. But as we face global challenges such as climate change, environmental degradation, and social unrest, there is a growing sense that we must find a way to reconnect with the Earth in a more profound way. The study of ley lines, and the ancient wisdom associated with them, could offer a path toward a more harmonious and sustainable future. If we can learn to align our cities, communities, and spiritual practices with the Earth's natural energy, we might be able to create a world that is more in tune with the planet and its rhythms. The potential for ley lines to influence human consciousness also ties into a broader, philosophical question. What is our role in the cosmos, and how can we better understand the interconnectedness of all things? The search for ley lines is not only a quest to uncover ancient mysteries or unlock hidden knowledge. It is also an attempt to understand our place in the universe and our relationship to the Earth. As we explore these energetic pathways, we are reminded that we are not isolated beings, disconnected from the land or the cosmos. Instead, we are part of a larger, interconnected system, where the flow of energy between the Earth, the stars, and ourselves is constant and ever-present. The study of ley lines challenges us to recognize this interconnectedness and to align ourselves with the natural forces that shape our world. One of the most compelling aspects of ley lines is their ability to reveal the hidden dimensions of reality. These invisible pathways, stretching across the planet, remind us that the world is far more complex and mysterious than we often realize. The Earth is not a static, inert object but a dynamic, living being, full of energy and vitality. The study of ley lines offers a glimpse into this hidden world, one that exists beneath the surface of everyday life. Whether we understand these energy pathways as physical phenomena or spiritual concepts, they serve as a reminder that there is much more to the world than meets the eye. There are layers of reality, interconnected and interwoven, that we have yet to fully comprehend. In exploring the potential impact of ley lines, we are forced to confront the question of what kind of world we want to create in the future. If ley lines are real, and if they hold the power to influence human consciousness, health, and spiritual well-being, then it stands to reason that we should reconsider how we design our cities, communities, and spiritual practices. Instead of building cities that are disconnected from the Earth and its natural rhythms, we could begin to build in harmony with the planet, creating spaces that align with the Earth's energetic flows. This shift could have profound implications not only for the environment but also for human well-being. By creating environments that are in tune with the natural energies of the Earth, we may be able to foster greater harmony, peace, and spiritual growth. Ultimately, the study of ley lines challenges us to reconsider our relationship with the planet and the forces that govern our world. The search for these energetic pathways is not just about uncovering ancient secrets. It is about rediscovering our place within the grand tapestry of the universe. By understanding the Earth's energies and learning to align ourselves with them, we may unlock new possibilities for human advancement, spiritually, mentally, and physically. In a world that often seems disconnected from nature, ley lines offer a powerful reminder that we are not separate from the Earth, but are deeply interconnected with it. The ley lines, whether real or symbolic, are a call to reconnect with the planet and the forces that shape our existence, to create a future where humanity and the Earth can thrive in harmony. The concept of ley lines continues to captivate both the imagination of those seeking a deeper connection with the Earth and the minds of researchers investigating the intricacies of Earth's energetic systems. These lines, thought to be hidden yet powerful, have long been associated with spiritual and metaphysical properties, drawing individuals and cultures to the belief that these pathways are more than mere geographical oddities. At its core, the belief in ley lines challenges the modern, scientific worldview by suggesting that the Earth itself is a dynamic organism, brimming with unseen energies that shape our existence. What's fascinating is not just the historical and archaeological evidence that ties ancient civilizations to these lines, but the potential implications they hold for the future of humanity and our understanding of the planet's fundamental nature. When we consider the possibility that ley lines are more than just imaginary lines drawn across a map, it forces us to look beyond the rigid boundaries of science and rationality. The ancient understanding of sacred sites and their connection to the Earth's energy fields, though once relegated to mythology and legend, now seems to be gaining attention in the realms of modern science, particularly in fields such as geomancy, geobiology, and even quantum physics. Could it be that these lines, thought to connect ancient temples, stone circles, and other significant structures, are actually a manifestation of the Earth's energetic grid, the same grid that affects everything from weather patterns to human emotions? The search for ley lines often begins with the placement of ancient monuments and sacred sites. These locations, seemingly scattered across the globe, were chosen not simply for their geographical features, but for their energetic significance. In many cases, ancient peoples seem to have had a profound understanding of the land's natural energies. They built monumental structures such as the Great Pyramids of Giza, the megaliths of Stonehenge, and the temples of Angkor Wat with careful precision, aligning them with celestial bodies and Earth's natural forces. These alignments were not random but were strategically chosen to harness the energy of the land, creating a powerful connection between the heavens, the Earth, and humanity. Consider the Great Pyramid of Giza, often cited as one of the most enigmatic structures in human history. The alignment of this pyramid with the cardinal points of the compass is so precise that it almost defies explanation. The Egyptians, it seems, did not just construct the pyramid as a monumental tomb for their pharaohs. They built it as a conduit for the Earth's natural energy. The placement of the pyramid along the line of the stars, the way it aligns with the solstices and equinoxes, and the direction of the shafts within the pyramid, all suggest that it was designed to harmonize with the Earth's energetic fields. The pyramid's builders were aware of the Earth's magnetic forces and used this knowledge to design a structure that could channel these energies, amplifying the spiritual power of those who sought to connect with the divine. This connection between sacred sites and ley lines is not limited to the pyramids of Egypt. Throughout history, many other ancient civilizations, from the Mayans in Central America to the Celts in Europe, constructed their temples, cities, and monuments in alignment with these invisible energy lines. Stonehenge, perhaps the most famous example of a megalithic structure in Europe, was not only built for astronomical observation but also to connect with the Earth's energetic forces. The positioning of the stones, their alignment with the solstices, and their relationship to the surrounding landscape all suggest that Stonehenge was designed to harness the Earth's energy. This idea is further supported by the fact that many of the world's most important sacred sites, such as Machu Picchu, Angkor Wat, and even the ancient city of Jerusalem, are located along these ley lines.